drop.
Oh, dang.
These shits are so funny.
And like that, we're back with another Unpacked presented to you by the To Be Fair Show and
the GSH Podcast.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
All right, fellas, we back. Part 2. We didn't finish the conversation last week. I think we got derailed in a bunch of different conversations. But yeah, this week we're gonna take the next step of the progression of the education system, and we're gonna talk about college, higher education. Is college a scam? Are degrees still worth it? Does the HBCU still have value? Education versus Black America, Part 2. But before we get into that, y'all see the panel, the 4 horsemen. They're here. And love for the guys to introduce themselves. Starting off with G. Talk to us, brother.
What's good, everybody? It's G, host of the GSH Podcast, where we focus on family, friends, finances, freedom, and our future. Forget everything else. Check it out wherever you get your content. The rebrand is coming soon, though. So the channel going to have a new name probably in a couple of weeks. Just adapting to the times, but it's still the 5 Fs always.
Oh, damn. You really turning family friendly, huh?
We gotta adapt to the times.
You putting a rainbow flag in the back too?
Oh no.
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 No heteronormative behavior.
Not that friendly.
No.
Okay.
Still keep it G. We still gonna keep it G.
I'm offended by you just saying nah like that. I feel like you should be nicer.
I don't want to misrepresent. I'm not no false flag type of nah. If it ain't my flag, I don't carry it. That's just how I rock.
Okay. Never mind. We ain't gonna get into it. Hey, Black is gold. The mayor of Charlotte. Talk to us, brother.
Yo, what's up, man? The artist formerly known as the mayor of Charlotte, man. We back Wednesday, chilling.
Yes,
ready to have a good time, man. I didn't think I was gonna make it, but I'm gonna stay awake as long as I can.
y'all know A Black.
Welcome home,
he
bro.
gonna make it at least an hour though. He gonna make it at least an hour. Johnny, 1/3 of the To Be Fair Show, the host of the To Be Fair Show. Johnny, talk to him. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, family? Glad to be back, man. We got another good one. We couldn't finish it off last week, so we're gonna try to get some, solutions this time, and this should be a good conversation. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, cool. So with that said, y'all see it on the shirt, HBCU. We got a bunch of college graduates in here, and we're gonna talk about college and what college meant to us. For all the guys, everybody that's familiar with the show, we're gonna push the icebreakers back a little bit. We're gonna hop straight into this one. And I guess I want to ask y'all. Oh no, before that, let me rewind. Our guy, A Black, you are an ambassador of sorts, and I know that you took a trip up to Boston this weekend, dealing with some university business. What some things that you've seen? We're on the topic, so it kind of makes sense to segue into the topic with that.
Yeah, man. So I went to a HBCU. I work at HBCU, and they had a classic in Boston because they don't have an HBCU up there between us and Morehouse. And I had never been to Harvard University. Of course, you hear so much about it, but I went there. I kind of walked up to the campus, just kind of seeing all the resources. It's basically its own mini ecosystem by itself as a school. Like it's crazy. It should look like Hogwarts. So you kind of see that difference between the HBCU and the Ivy League, and I think Harvard has the biggest endowment of any college in the U.S. of $50 billion.
So you can see the old money
That's
when you walk
crazy.
in there.
Yeah, man, it's like
And new money.
the old, new, the restaurants around it, innovative, like everything is just like
Lobbyists, they get it all.
yeah. But also you see the power and the thirst still for culture, like, and so that was what they was talking about the whole time. Like the people was real welcoming. Like I ain't really get a lot of racist vibes, or I thought I was gonna be on some uppity white people. Like what y'all niggas doing here? Like they was on some like, thank you, God, finally got something like that.
Who's gonna
So
walk on Duke campus?
that was the vibe. Like people that would walk by, they'll stop. And it was hosted by Essence Magazine, so they had their little activations, and Cash App was a sponsor. That's where actually this jersey came from, little Cash App. And Cash App was out there giving out money, like literally, like
A word.
giving out cards, scanning shit. You get $50 on your Cash App. So they honored New Edition. They from Boston. That was a whole thing. So they all out there. Bobby Brown, Ralph Transvet, Johnny Gill, the whole crew. Well, I don't know Johnny Gill. Yeah, Johnny Gill was there. I don't know if he's from there. But anyway, so yeah, it was a cool little vibe. Then we won, so that's always good. We can do all of that, and they did a nice donation, Harvard and Essence to the school.
That's good.
The sports program, they didn't have to pay for any of that, so it's not like when I'm like, oh, what y'all doing with your money? Like, listen, the people took care of all that. That's the only reason we was up there. Trust me, because that shit was well taken care of. So it was a good vibe, man. But you see the differences in colleges, and for me, I think experiencing both of those would be good for everybody. Like I think it need to be more immersive shit. Like white people require a semester at HBCU, and you exchange students go to Harvard, go to Yale, go to different shit for a semester, and it's like
exchange students. That's funny.
I'm for real. Like that you have that internationally, but we don't really do that as much domestically. At least I don't know of. But when you got immersion, you got more understanding. Y'all that went to HBCU know if y'all probably got some white people that went there or played on the band or played sports, and they have become like as down as anybody. Like
right. They start making they start engineering for the baby and shit.
Oh yeah, Kevin.
Kevin's the home. Yeah,
I don't know him since high school, but yeah,
y'all both went to West Charlotte.
Kev almost don't count though. He
So it's like, but because they around us so much, they get an understanding, and vice versa. Them black people that's around white people, they might understand niggas, but you see them around white people, it's like, damn, boy, you know how to work these white folks. Like, so some people, it's like, but we got to have more. It's still so much segregation as much as it's integration in America. You realize it's still really segregated in a lot of ways, and the internet is having a lot of culture clash because you're seeing what niggas and what white people, what Asians doing, and all of this shit. But it's not a lot of immersion going on. I realize that, but it was cool, man. Harvard, dope. Like, if I got kids, I want them to go to Howard and Harvard.
I dig it.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start the conversation off with this.
Can I add something to that though? As far as
go ahead.
Yeah, just what he was saying. I think
our resident PWI. What's up?
He spoke on it, so I gotta I want to add. But I think it's an important thing though. Like even having
Johnny got to double down.
No, I'm saying I think it's an important piece to have as far as just like the immersion part of it. Like we're gonna go into spaces as black folks where most of the country isn't look like us. So I think having those experiences, getting to meet those people, learn how to interact, I think that's also important. That's one of the biggest things I think I took from college was just learning how to network and learning how to be in different spaces where I might not necessarily look like everybody around me. I think that's an important piece, especially in the business world in America. It's something that I think helps a lot of people when you go to college, and it's one of the most important things. outside of the education, just the social aspect helps you too.
Gotcha. All right. So you said go to college. I'm gonna use that as the segue into the first question. If you could go back, would you still go to college or would you take a different path?
I'd still go.
I'm going to college.
I might change. I might change the major. I might do little things
Stay
differently.
longer.
Yeah, but I'd still go. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I still go for sure.
Master,
Yeah.
doctorate. What am I trying to get out of here for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
staying.
I have to agree. I'm going. If anything, if I'm going back, if I could go back, I would take that whole process more serious than what I took it and what I did at the time. I just applied because my friends was applying. Real talk.
Yeah.
I didn't have no real plan
I
from
think,
high school to get to college. I just happened to make it.
and maybe I've heard a lot of kids doing this recently, more modern thing. It wasn't really that popular when we was doing, but the gap year, where you have kids, they'll go out and they'll work and they'll try to figure out a little bit of what they want to do before just jumping into making a lifelong
Them
decision
niggas don't make it to
at
school.
18.
All the niggas, all the guys I know, was like the gap year. Honestly, it was so rare. Keith might be the only person I know that went to community college, then went to school. Also, most of them got washed off at CPC. They was going to take that 1 year and do that because it's going to be cheaper, and then AutoZone.
No, I mean, I've seen it. I never, playing, but I think that was the one thing about college because I graduated at 17, and so I
Okay.
think trying to make that decision at such a young age when it's such an expensive thing, college is expensive, and you might change your mind. That's a lot of people end up changing their mind halfway through. And I think that'd be the only thing I'd maybe change was just like the intentionality of it, maybe have a better plan
Yeah.
entering because a lot of people just go and they think once you make it then it'll all work itself out, but as we've gone back, people that enter with an intentional plan tend to get the best results from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I believe in college, but I don't believe in it if you can't afford it or if you got to go into debt for it. Like if you're not coming into it with the grades and already kind of showing the aptitude to get some type of tuition scholarship or something to where you're not paying fully out and creating a debt for yourself, then you go. If not, then you need to utilize other ways because it don't make sense to go into heavy debt if you're not gonna take it serious.
What you think is considered a reasonable amount of debt in today's environment for somebody to take on, like a reasonable amount?
I don't
Under
think you.
30.
Yeah,
I know it ain't at your school.
You gotta get that
I
life
mean-
scholarship. This shit expensive down there.
Nah, private schools we a little pricey actually.
Yeah, I know.
But
Howard might be up there with USC.
Oh, no question.
Yeah,
And more,
Yeah, probably more. Yeah,
more.
but I got scholarships and I got Pell Grants and I got tuition based on like academic merit scholarships. So it's like I wouldn't recommend it if you're not already kind of showing the ambition and stuff in school to get good grades to get free money. Like if you just like going for the paper and stuff, and then we'll get into the conversation of how like it don't matter no more because you just paid for an experience, you skated through, but it doesn't have any value to you. So that's what we're talking about. Like it'll still have value. The value is what you put in with college now. It used to be more automatic because it was less opportunity to get it. It was less people that had it, and it was more of a workforce that required it.
But what's that number though? What's that number? What's a reasonable amount to pay for education? Because most average students are going to have some type of debt, even if it's a little bit.
I don't think it should be over really 20,000
for the 4 years.
Yeah, like you got countries that they got free college.
I say 30. I mean, somewhere between 30 and 40, because with inflation, because 20 maybe back when we was for 5 years, but like
that's still tough. When I was in school, I feel like.
Yeah, to me, I would say whatever the rate is of once you've maxed out, because I think that it matters if you are applicable for the Pell Grant. If you don't qualify for the Pell Grant, you probably are, and it doesn't necessarily matter, and your people's probably making sure that you straight. But when you max out the Pell Grant, and I can't remember exactly what it is right now. 20,000 when I was going to school, that wouldn't have been bad because I think Central per semester might have been like between 5 or 7,000 or something like that.
UNC Chapel Hill coming in at 27,000 a year.
Yeah. But that seems
Estimated
about
everything about 28,000 a year.
Go to a HBCU. What could you tell
Which
me
one? Which one?
Just go.
You want to do like a private, like Howard? Oh, Lord have mercy.
But to me, like if you go into one of those schools without a scholarship, you are expecting to pay, in my opinion. Like the public universities, like a Winston or a Central or is A&T? I think A&T is. I don't know if A&T public. I think they're public.
Spelman looking like anywhere from 58 to 60,000.
Oh yeah, now hey, look at Benedict and see how much it's Benedict expensive as hell, and it's
yeah, that's crazy too.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't advise anybody to pay those levels. I would say like whatever the public HBCU number is, but under after the grants, I would imagine probably now maybe you're talking about a good 35 to 40%, 40,000 or something like that. But I was looking up stats before we got on here because I was wondering, do people that graduate college that have to take out these loans, do they typically pay off the loans? And the answer is yes. Like in general, they say that these people pay off the loans, and over the lifetime, loans included, they earn over $1 million more. And to me, like that, those are interesting numbers when you kind
of. Is that on all majors in general? That
that's across the board. Yeah, it's graduates.
Yeah. A&T is looking like close to 25,000. So you looking like for a state funded.
I wonder why is that higher than UNC?
UNC was like 28, so it's about the same. It's about the same, but that includes like housing costs, tuition, books. So it's like it's looking at the total package of like how much it would typically cost. But yeah, like if you're looking at about 25,000 for high level in-state education, you're looking at about anywhere from 80 to 100,000 for a college degree now. Seems like,
but that's pre-Pell grants and like all the different little grants that you can get.
Yeah, but it's really tough to get those grants. Like you have to.
Your parents just don't got to make enough money.
Do they have life scholarship in North Carolina? Like, cause South Carolina, they gave like $5,000 just for being a 3.0.
Yeah, that's what you got the merit.
So there should be different scholarships that are relatively easy to attain if you go to public schools. Now, some of the private schools that don't necessarily apply. I think that helps at USC.
It's so competitive. Like when you start talking about the flagship joints, like
so right now the Pell is 7,000.
And to get, what do you have to do to qualify for a Pell Grant? You just have to like fall under a certain income, right? Like household income.
Yeah.
Looking it up now.
Be considered low income, like
more than likely.
I thought you had to also have like certain grades too.
Maybe that's why I couldn't get it.
It couldn't have been. When I tell you my grades was shit coming out of college. I mean, coming out of high school, and I still got that Pell Grant.
Yeah, I just remember the Pell Grant was one of the easiest things to get. Like you had to try to fuck that up.
Yeah, pretty much.
I couldn't get that much.
Like you didn't get a Pell Grant.
Yeah. But I know when you're in school, the Pell Grant can fall off if you don't make the proper grades.
Yeah, if you don't keep them grades up.
All right. So,
hey, hold on, quick. I got one more. Just like because one thing I have seen with like my friends and like some of the things with college and the people who like are more successful or not successful, especially with like the debt, is like the majors that people choose. I think there's like a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people choose certain majors and then they end up not working in those fields, and then you end up career change 10 years down the road you're working in the field that you didn't even study, and then you got $100,000 worth of debt for something that didn't necessarily play out to fruition. So I think that's an important thing when people go into college, and why I even mentioned that gap years. Like I know people that were very selective about their majors. You can only do this and this, and when they came out, a lot of those are the people that are still working in their fields. Those are the people that got a lot of those top paying jobs where some of the communication. There's a lot of degrees you can go to where the path to success is not necessarily as defined. And I think that's an important thing. We're talking about this kind of debt. You want to make sure you have a plan before you just sign up for, $100,000 worth of debt.
Fair enough. So I guess I'll ask y'all. Next question would be, as we speaking about scams, what would you say the biggest scam you've seen in college? Was it tuition? Was it dorms, textbook, or the promise of a job?
That last one. Okay. Yeah, last one, okay.
I don't know. They ain't never promised us.
I ain't getting no promises. Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't probably. They say you might.
I don't think none was really no scam. I feel like they had all the resources there. It was really a matter of college is the opportunity. It's like, can you seize the opportunity? Can you find it? It's there at every school, from the biggest to the smallest. And you got some students that's like hungry for it, and it's gonna make other opportunities easier for them. And then you got some that wait to graduation, and they look around like, all right, what to do?
Yeah, I could say maybe housing in certain places because they charge a lot. But for me, the biggest thing I had was the attendance policy. I don't see how I can get docked on a grade of a class that I paid for, and I got good grades. With that was the biggest thing
Your
that
ass ain't like to go to class.
Them 8 o'clocks,
Okay.
bro. They fucked me over.
You only get that first semester freshman year. Once you learn your lesson, just that one school.
It be certain, yeah.
Niggas be like, oh, I did it every day in high school. It's nothing.
I used to wake up 5 days a week.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That shit don't work.
Don't work.
Shit don't work. Then you did. That's the only thing. I feel like if you pay for the classes, if you take the test and pass it, that should be it. That was the only thing that got on my nerves about it was.
Yeah, the scam. It's tough to say if there's a scam. If anything, the biggest scam is how big the difference your professor makes, and everybody on the campus know, like, who'd you take for this class? Don't take such and such. Like, that's the biggest scam, is you fuck around, get the wrong professor, and you make your whole semester terrible just because you got the wrong professor. Not even the class, just the professor. Gotcha. That to me is the worst part of it all.
I ain't gonna lie.
And the niggas that can't speak clear English.
Oh my gosh, Indian ass TAs, bro.
No disrespect, but like, I'm in class trying to take notes. I can't even understand. Like, sometimes the accent be so thick. I be like, what?
Yeah,
what
every HBCU got one, and it's like, how do these niggas get these jobs? Like,
they go crazy at PWIs, bro. Every big class I had about 3 of them.
I be like, what?
Teaching math.
Poli sci, that was the worst.
I ain't gonna lie.
One teaching existentialism, which already a deep ass topic.
Right. You couldn't even say that word.
Hey, no, that's a fire class. I take that.
Man,
but
I'd pay to hear him say that
right there.
But I would say, for me personally, especially being like quote unquote a first generation college kid, one of them things they did not tell me about was them textbooks. You had to pay for your own books. And they barely wanted to give you pennies on the dollar when it came back to buying it back
to the resale.
And that was like its own expense. It wasn't caked into anything. If a lot of people tried to wait for that refund check to hit so that they can buy it a little bit, but if not, you were just finding a way to come out of pocket for that. And
borrowing a book.
You're borrowing a book.
Copies. Let me make copies real quick.
And flirt a little bit so that, you know what I mean. And
I forgot about the books. Especially the buyback.
If there was like a specific scam, like I don't see why the books needed to be purchased, why the university wouldn't have them, and or why there wouldn't be a resource available for all kids to be able to get it.
We had book vouchers.
Hey, hold on, I can't remember this, but did they have used books available?
Yeah,
but there was like $15.
Yeah, exactly.
They was basically like the same price.
They technically had them in the library, though. They technically did have the textbooks in the library, but you had to go reserve it, get there first. It was
good luck with that.
Bro, that book be checked out the whole semester.
Yeah, for sure.
Whole semester.
For sure.
we got like a book voucher. I think it might have been like $350, $400. You got a certain amount where you can buy books. So you had to like kind of strategize with your money. So if you went over, then you have to come out your own pocket. or if they run out, then you got to find somewhere else. But we started with like book vouchers and shit. And I think it was through like some type of donation that had happened. And
Yeah,
so
no, we ain't had that one.
yeah, we ain't never had to really, unless it was like a rare book, or like I say, unless the book sold out and you had to have it, like it's a requirement on the syllabus type shit.
Did he pay for y'all books? Did he pay for y'all books?
They gave Diddy his money back.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
They
they
gave
gave
this money
back.
no more. All money ain't good
money.
And they took away his honorary.
They took his
They
doctorate.
took it back.
He ain't Dr. Diddy no more. That's crazy.
Dr. Diddy.
They did that. They did that like
Sound like a villain, don't he?
He's just
Yo,
Mr. Love
Dr.
now.
Diddy, that is such a villain.
Yeah, nah. Howard got bread. They gave that money back. It was like, nah, we good.
Dang.
That's respectable though. I mean, I like that. That means like Real said, everybody ain't for sale. They gave the money back. That's respectable.
Yeah, they probably hadn't even touched it yet.
But I said you cannot be for sale when you already got bread. There's another point to that. I would say what I wouldn't say anything. Let me ask you this next question. Are degrees the new designer bag? Expensive status symbol with no resale value.
I don't think it's a status symbol.
Nah, not no more.
You don't think having a degree separates you even inside like most jobs? Once you make it to a certain level, it doesn't matter what the degree is or what the bachelor is in. They're just a prerequisite is a bachelor's.
I think it helps you get in certain.
Say it again.
I think it might help you get in certain doors, like you said, like on resumes and stuff. I think it still is like, there's a certain category they put the degrees in, but as far as like on the street and in general in society, people not really checking for your degree, because if you got the degree and you ain't got the the other things to show for it, they don't really give a damn. And if you got the other things to show for it without degree, they don't really they don't really care that you don't have it. It's I think America is more about the glitz and the glam, no matter how you get it. And I think that's why, I don't think people care if you have a degree outside of maybe like your employer for
Really?
certain jobs.
I feel like there's like a whole quote unquote bourgeoisie class is based around that. Like the middle class, almost if you would call it
I think it's about income.
The fraternity black, the quote unquote educated stereotypical.
A lot of niggas in the fraternities didn't graduate.
That's facts too.
Well, yeah. This is true, but
I think that's just more about
being attached to something that's higher education as well.
But I think it's more about just the income and the jobs. I think if you get to that space without the degree, I don't think they're checking for whether you have a degree or certain things. I think there may be certain intellectual spaces where people are try to talk down to you if they find out, but as a whole,
you got
a PhD. I think that's like a status kind of like, okay, you a doctor or something. Like, I think when you reach that level, I think that's more of like a status symbol than a bachelor's. I do agree that in terms of work, you need a bachelor's a lot of times, but
it's still a class thing and a pedigree thing when you get in certain circles where everybody has it. It's more normalized. Like, well, income not enough. Like, you can go to a dinner party at Yale and be a dope boy with more money than half the room, but they don't respect that because, like, well, who was your father? Or, well, where'd you go to school? And, what it's like, where did it come from? It's like, so it becomes more than just like having money. It's like, now, where did it come from and how old is it? When you get in them circles where everybody got money, them titles, them degrees, they matter. But
I think those are.
I think it becomes like but that's what makes it a status symbol. Like when the majority of the people inside the space that you're in has connected commonalities that deal with this shared experience, and that shared experience being college, even if you are the outlier inside the space, you probably feel like I don't relate inside this.
Because it's not only college; it's education and a way of showing wealth too. Like, too.
But I would argue.
I don't think it's just a degree. It's the everything.
I wouldn't use the word just, but
it's more so the prestige of where you get your degree is the thing that's the prestigious part, because having a bachelor's on its face is one thing, but like if you went to UNC Wilmington, UNC Greensboro, Winston-Salem State, A&T, like, we got degrees, but the nigga that went to Harvard is gonna feel a little bit more like, I went to Harvard. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna hold a bit more, quote unquote, like prestige, in my opinion. So I don't think the degree itself
Do
is
you
the
think
thing
that
that
a
matters.
degree
It's
inside?
about the institution.
So when we take it away from like the Harvards and Yales, and we just speak about the Black community, do you think that having a college degree holds any weight as a status symbol?
You said amongst Black people, just in
Yeah,
general.
yeah, Black people. So when we move away from the Harvards and Yales,
I think it depends. Again, like similar to Harvard's and Yale's, if it's one of those quote unquote name brand
just
Black Ivy League schools.
not just a regular, just a bachelor's degree from UNC Wilmington, or from Winston Salem, or from where like Central, or from South Carolina State.
It's par for the course.
I mean, I think any degree, like if you're around people that value education and being smart intellect, I think it's a check on the box. It's like, oh, you did, like you say, it's a shared experience, but I don't know if it's necessarily like a status, so I don't think people hold it in like as high a regard as they might have did 20, 30 years ago. I think the value on that, the societal value of it has changed with more
Yeah,
doors opening
it's
and
been
stuff like that.
watered down because I mean you can fake degrees, Photoshop, Canva. You can brand yourself a doctor, a psychologist, and don't have to have real credentials, but you can like emblazon a brand. If I call myself Dr. Jones for the next 3 years, if I keep saying it next time you see me, yeah, I'm like, what up, Dr. Jones? Like, so it's a saying, but that's why it's watered down. That's why it matters what you do with it. It's not just having a degree and stuff. It's like, what did you really get from it, and can you use it to create the income that you paid for? Because fucking Dr. Dre is the doctor, but
Dr. Dre
So,
said,
so in essence, so to answer the question, it sounds like y'all are saying these ain't even designer bags. These are
Michael Kors.
like thrift store bags. So it's expensive, non-status, non-value symbols.
I think there's value, but
they
not
not
status.
bags. They like shoes. I mean, you need them. They'll help you protect you, help you run faster. But you could go barefoot out here, and it
So
might
use like
harder.
just the 75. So the degrees like the $75 Nikes or the Adidas.
Yeah, I mean,
They ain't even
you can
Max
survive
95s.
without college, and you can make it other ways and stuff. You might just have to take a different path. The sneakers might just make it easier for you. The proximity to opportunity is greater when you in college. It's just ain't no way around.
Yeah, because I mean, like at the end of the day, too, it ain't like if we being honest, the average college graduate today is not necessarily graduating and living this fulfilling life per se. Like it's tough to get jobs.
But that's the value part. But I guess if I'm thinking about my experience to an extent, it's such a weird thing where you can be a broke, recently just out of college student, but like all your people think that you just got it all figured out and you got it, and like because if you have the degree, it's an assumption that you was doing good, and the fact that like you didn't have any struggle throughout. It's like a very interesting.
But that only lasts for like 3 years after graduation, 3-4 years max.
I know, yeah, I can't relate.
Like
I never got.
They give you a little bit of a leeway after.
That's interesting.
But like 5 years after you graduated, they don't care. Like they looking at like, what have you done for me lately?
Well, I guess like there is a bunch of I can't. I'll just speak for me. I think that
I know what you're saying as far like once you first
with
graduate.
me inside like the general scope of most people I'm around, that I grew up around in like my immediate family. I was the first, and outside of like my sister, I don't think that we really have any graduates. So it's just looked at a little different.
Oh, I get that. Like I mean, in that sense, yeah, I could see it being a little different. But like, I mean, like, and I know when you first graduate, people, oh yeah, you graduated, you got a little bit of time to figure this shit out. But then like, it's year 4 after graduation, you still ain't, done nothing. They like, why we pay for this degree, or what was, that degree is real important. Why you're not working in your field? The questions start turning real quick.
But what's the timeline for return on investment? I mean, I feel like if you go for 4 years, then maybe you allow 4 years to.
Well, they give you 10 to pay that bitch off.
Oh, we talking about return on investment. I think that's
Because
But,
That's
like,
the average student loan thing is 10 years, right? And don't they give you like a 5-year grace period before you start paying or something like that? It's like a 4-year, 5-year,
not literally paying,
or is it 1 year?
Not literally paying loans, like Johnny was saying with your family and stuff. You know, seeing the value of it when you graduate 4 years later and you might not be doing nothing. Then it's like the questions come, well, what'd you go to college for? What was the point of it? You know, somebody graduated, they lay around for 4 years. You be looking like you ain't getting nothing popping. Like, you know what's going on? Although in the grand scheme, 4 years is still kind of short, but like the people around you are looking at you like, "What's up?"
What's up?
25 and they people be wanting them have it all figured out.
I will say though, like, this is more of an anecdotal thing, but like in my observation, going through 20s, 30s, and looking at people who went a different route, they definitely had more bread in their 20s than I had because they were working full time into it. Like, I was like, damn, like had me thinking, second guessing, like, damn, why am I in school? Because they were really getting bread, like living a pretty good life in their mid 20s. You fast forward 10 years later when niggas is 35, the amount of growth from 25 to 35, pause, it ain't really a lot of growth, pause. It's like they kind of in that same level more a lot of the times, whereas the folks who went to school were able to continue to develop and grow at a better rate is what I'll say. So I will say, like,
I think
that could be misleading when you young 20s get into that bread. You think it's like, oh, I got it made, I got it figured out, I'm making whatever you making. But then when you become an adult, want a family, want kids, all these other things, it's like, dang, did I really lean into the right thing?
And I think
you might have made that quick 40,000. Like you got to 40,000.
But 40,000 when you 20,
when you 22, making
look different. 40,000 when you 20 sound like a lot.
Yeah,
and you don't have no college debt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not paying no student loans. Like
40,000 when you 30 sound like Section 8, but you in college, it sounds a little different.
2010 and 40,000, like that's
2010 40 was pretty decent, actually.
I thought I'd be good with that. I remember being in college and hearing niggas who didn't go to school making like 20 an hour, post off a different place. I'm like,
First time I heard somebody say
in college and these niggas making 20 an hour.
Oh, like, listen, I remember during the summer, you was coming home from summer for summer break, and I ain't gonna lie, I know I wasn't built for them overnight factory jobs where I went out there one night and I went there and I was like, I am good on this. Like, I think it was paying like 15 an hour. And
what kind of factory was it, Q? What kind of factory?
I don't know. It was over there off near Freedom. My brother was working there, and so he kind of got me the little interview, and I went in.
Trucking.
It wasn't even like specifically hard labor as much as it was staying up from. I think that their hours from 8 to 8, but it was 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And I just wasn't built for that.
That's rough.
Yeah, I just wasn't built for it.
I did
a couple of those, man. Like, they ever do my life movie, niggas will never believe the place. Little spots I work. Yeah. After my little stint as a wannabe drug lord back out the street. Ain't nothing out here but them warehouses.
Hey, that transition be crazy, boy. Man, try to get on the straight and narrow.
Black boy, I ain't know that.
The mid pack stopped moving.
That KB.
At the end of the day, I went to work y'all.
Hey, that was back in the day when niggas was rapping about pushing them mid packs too. Gucci, everybody was like, "Hey, nigga, we get that mid off."
No more Reggie.
No seeds.
Nah, I remember those days.
When the boys at your door, though, it's like, all right, this ain't no rap video. This real life.
Yeah, sir.
All right.
Hey, but I'll say this though to wrap it up. But like I think what we were saying as far as like the degrees do give you like that proximity to opportunity. As far as like when you're younger, you can get like ahead a little quicker, but then you kind of hit like a ceiling where like a lot of times the degrees do give you like doors to where you can, step up by the time you get 30. It's a little more like career oriented jobs where there's more room to move up and you can, start seeing advances by the time you get 30 in.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if you live in a capitalist society with companies, you want to hire people that have specializations in certain topics. So it's going to better your chances, like just in the market of in working and stuff. Because you're like, I've studied in this field for 4 years or X amount of years. I'm more qualified. My value is higher. At least that's how it used to be. And how it is, and it still is in some subjects and some degrees, but every degree don't hold the same weight no more.
No, I would say if more times than not, if you are somebody that didn't go to college and you're in a position with somebody that went to college, especially if it's a specialized position, you're probably really, really good at that position. And the person that went to college is probably mediocre.
Yep, that's
but
true.
They just have like the quote unquote the status symbol. To kind of say it, with a person that likely didn't go to college, they actually had to like really grind and understand and learn and do. But
the college person go end up managing the special.
Hey, you know what I seen some clever niggas do in corporate though? I'm not gonna say no names. But
give us the tips.
If you at least attend the college, you could just say you went there and never claim to have graduated. And people will assume you graduated. Yep.
You can also just get a dates too.
Yeah, exactly. You just get a date, say I went there, I was here. You can talk about your experience and everything.
Majored in this.
Exactly. I studied this.
Yeah, until somebody had a cousin that graduated that same year.
Because a lot of these companies, they not doing like clearinghouse reports to see if you really pull your transcripts. That's not really going on.
When I graduated, there's going to be asking me to like how they do the birth certificates,
like a photocopy of that
right
shit.
Yeah,
I mean, they only go run your shit if you get popping out here. Then everybody go check her.
Oh yeah.
I remember I was working. I was like, "Yo, you went to such? What year you graduate?" I got some homies over there. He was like, "Nah, nigga, I ain't graduate." I
did it.
It's like, nah, nigga, I ain't graduate. But I was out there. I just, I was like, "Oh, you was smooth.
I was in the yard.
You smooth." I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all this. We're talking about the value of the degree. If college stopped being quote unquote the dream for Black America, would Black America gain power or lose access to the table?
Do you think college is the dream for Black America?
Yeah, that's actually.
I think that most Black Americans, once they get past a certain socioeconomic level, they're pushing the majority of Black Americans to college, so that they can assimilate into corporate America and to some way make a decent living, be okay. I think the outliers are typically people that make really good money and they don't send their kids to college. Maybe this ends up being like somebody that has like a business already, but the amount of business owners in comparison to the amount of workers is minimal as well. So I would say I think that like most high earning Black professionals push their kids to college. So
I would agree. I would agree.
Yeah. It's like even rich people, I feel like in general, for the most part, like they'll send them to them high paying schools we talked about. But, some of them are rich enough to where their kids never have to go to school, but they still see value in it. So
it's coffee conversation with their friends where they could brag. Yeah, I sent my dumb daughter over to Yale.
Yeah.
Do a little one in the library.
That's a flex. The dumb daughter going to Yale.
Yeah. Do a little on the library.
Got my name on it.
Yeah. Or whatever George Bush dad said. You know what I mean?
I think there's different ways to get to the American dream. I think if you look at like some of the immigrant groups that go, I don't think they all necessarily focus on the American dream, and they still, kind of saying certain things they want. I think it's a strategy. Like, cause I think like a lot of people or a lot of immigrants, they set up like their own businesses and do stuff, within their own communities, and they don't necessarily focus on sending their kids to school.
Second generation immigrants dominate the like the medical and tech fields. Like Indians and Asians dominate.
But I think there's a lot of like Hispanic.
First generation was just
Africans, the Nigerians.
Oh yeah, Africans.
And I guess if you're saying second generation, I guess that is necessary. I'm looking more first, but yeah, the second generation they do go So yeah, I guess we should take our ass to school, but I think we should focus in. I
And,
think a
and
lot of
if we want to move away from the idea of dream and just say if we focus less on going to college, what we and more and whether we want to say entrepreneurship, trades, would we gain power or lose access to the table?
I think we would lose more access than we would gain by not focusing on it at this point. Because I think, like I say, even like with like we were talking about work opportunities, it still gives you better work opportunities if we're not necessarily in the spots with the infrastructure to set up the nepotism and pass the business down. So I think you do have to, go that route to get that access. But I think you got to focus in on. I think it needs to be an intentional thing. I think a lot of times what we do is we just focus on getting there and letting it all work itself out. I think there needs to be more of a plan to push certain, degrees that we know have investments, on the back end versus certain degrees where most people end up not working in those degrees. So I think there needs to be a revised strategy to it for sure.
I'm looking at they say about roughly 1 in 3 Black Americans hold a college degree, roughly. That's like something I just Googled here, right? So they're saying roughly 1 in 3 hold a bachelor's. So what I'll say is, in my honest opinion, if you grow up, especially like poor, lower class, lower than middle class, and you want to climb that economic ladder to become middle class, upper middle class, or higher, your best bet will be to do that through education, in my opinion. Leveraging the education system to get a valuable skill, to go to a valuable situation where you can, obviously make some money, because corporate America is a transformative, like, place to be because of the amount of, like, potential that you can get for actually making difference to bottom line versus like government work, nonprofit work, these other things that don't really incentivize revenue. When you can, if your goal is to try and get from one of these, more, like I said, below middle class, and you want to live a more comfortable lifestyle, I do feel like investing in education, taking that seriously, making the right choices with what you study, and going all in on that is to your benefit. That said, if you come from a family, for example, like we're anticipating having a son. We have a real estate business. This nigga's gonna have a real estate license, like, period. He's gonna learn the family business. He's gonna be involved in the family business, and he's gonna be able to create his own business at some point, is the dream, where, yeah, we still want him to go to college, but at the same time, you can learn a skill, learn to take care of yourself. If you come from a family where you can apprenticeship underneath that family, whether they own certain stores or a farm, grow certain crops, but it's like a self-sustaining thing where you can learn that trade, then maybe college isn't like that much of a necessity. But I would still even argue then, if you go to college and then take that information back to what you're doing, it'll just help expand what you've already got in place. So I think overall college is beneficial, but the caveat would be if you come from a family where you can learn a trade in the house that can get you paid, that to me would be the difference.
Gotcha. A Black, you got anything?
Well, what if your son like want to play the violin and he say
he can do that too?
He don't want to do no real estate and stuff.
See, he can say that, but
you gonna whoop him till he take that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm like, I don't know yet, right? But there's just certain things that you don't really have options here. You got to go to school, right? Okay. Like, you want to do the violin? Okay, well, do this first, and we get you a violin. Like, it's just like, this is the way the shit goes. Like it's a conversation. Like, but at the end of the day, it's not really a conversation. This is what you need to do. These are your expectations. You want to do the things you want to do, you need to meet my expectations, little nigga. And that's just that simple. Like, and if you
what age you got to add that license? The real estate license.
Hey, you gotta get on the program, bro.
I hope he see this video one day.
Hey, it's gonna be living. It's gonna be living. It's gonna be living on the internet. It's gonna be living on the internet. And at the end of the day,
what age do we got to get that license?
I think it's, in all honesty, Q, I think it would be like reasonable expectation that when you finish high school, you would take your exam that year as well, so that you go into college with the real estate license, and you can even start to build your network through college, things like that. Like thinking from that perspective.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I think that the idea of it is perfect, and I think that it makes sense. I would say if you only have one kid, then it might be easier to kind of like mold and like keep a grip on it. I would say if you had like if you had 5 kids, I'd say
Who's having 5 kids? Actually, I do know one family that's our age with 5 kids. Unheard of.
I know somebody with 4.
All the same daddies?
Yeah. He had twins though.
I know somebody our age that's a grandparent now.
Now that I know. Unfortunately, that's not as rare. That's not as rare, you know.
38-year-old grandmother.
Yeah, no, I know that. I know them in my family as well. That's not as rare. That's not as rare.
What did you just say? I feel like I was about to answer to something that you were saying that took me down the kid. Yeah, I think that 3 out of 5 of them are gonna go the other way.
Yeah, sure.
I think the interesting thing about parenting is that before you parent, you think you have more control over your kids than you do in their own autonomy, and it's a delicate balance of how much you push them to do something, and then how much you have to kind of like do the Jedi mind trick to get them to do a thing.
I agree.
Rebellion comes as soon as you overly push into a thing.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
All right, so let's keep it moving. Let's talk about these HBCUs. Do HBCUs still matter in 2025? Does HBCU culture add value beyond academics, or is it just an expensive social network?
I'm gonna let y'all go.
He said,
"Yeah, I mean, they definitely matter because having spaces for people in general. Some people thrive better in spaces they're comfortable in, and with people that look like them. When they feel safe, when they feel comfortable, they thrive in the environments. And some can do it at PWIs too as well, no problem. But I think they still matter. Yeah, you got a network, but it's like I say, it's what you do with it. It's the opportunity that comes with it. And if you look at the top HBCUs, as far as America goes, they still produce more doctors than the PWIs. They still produce more dentists, more lawyers, all of these things. I think you got nurses.
Yeah, this is a fair point.
Coming up out of A&T and stuff, Central Law.
Yeah.
So it's like they matter, but they also are dealing with a lack of resources. So they're not able to be their full potential like a lot of the PWIs because they're spending half of their resources trying to garner resources where they could be, putting all that energy into, making the most brilliant students possible. You have, I say the majority of HBCUs, the top ones are well endowed, well funded. The state ones are well funded, but the majority of HBCUs spend a lot of time fundraising. But imagine them at their full potential, given the proper resources that bigger schools are getting. They're going to be even better. But it's too many examples of people that have matriculated through HBCUs that have shown their value in the past. Historically,
that's HBCU word right there.
Matriculate.
Yeah, niggas love to say that on campus.
I ain't gonna lie. My son, he
not illustrious.
I do a basketball podcast, and I got a homie. He played ball at Livingstone, and when I tell you every podcast he dropped matriculate. Man, he come in and he say, "Hey, Dad, how many? Let's make a bet. How many times he gonna say it this podcast?"
That's funny.
He be on like over under 3.
That's crazy on a basketball podcast
right for sure.
How you drop 3 matriculuses?
Oh, no, it's gonna matriculate. You're gonna matriculate through the process of doing something about 4 to like it depends on the podcast. If it get really good, we might get 3 of them, 3 to 4. Like if it's moving slow, you might get 1. But yeah, he gonna drop it every time though. And what it is, sometimes I ain't gonna lie, it's like when you learned or took like SAT prep for a little bit, or you like prepared and did something, and you found one good word that sounds really
on
good
repeat.
and it made you feel good.
Inundate.
I think that ends up being that word for a lot of people. Especially, it got multiple syllables in it too. It's just,
that's a TI word. That's one of them TIs.
Now I want to answer the one of the questions in the chat. It says, to y'all that went to HBCUs, do y'all have some good networking, camaraderie? Oh yeah, like I always say, I feel like the network is almost as valuable, if not more valuable, than the degrees. I mean, at least from my institution, I don't know about. I won't speak on y'all's, but I feel like the networking and your ability to network, it's automatic. Do you give people jobs? Like if you meet somebody that went to Central and he young,
it's his own fraternity,
like, you gonna be automatic. Like yeah, come through. Word, like so. I feel like we definitely look out. We definitely look out for other HBCUs too. Once you kind of get out into the thing, it's definitely a world. I don't think it'd be no gatekeeping and stuff. Like you went to HBCU, you went to Howard to Spelman Central. Like oh yeah, it's been all love with me. Like I feel travel the world. You meet people from your college or other colleges, and you connect like that. So yeah, the networking is definitely there. Like I feel like working better than PWIs because I feel like they be more isolated and siloed and stuff there. Like where we more community based, where you know everybody mostly on your campus and stuff.
Yeah, and I'd say, especially when they go to your school, I think the shared community, the shared experience thing, even if it's like somebody that's 5 years before, 10 years after, like it's his own fraternity for sure. Whether it's you on LinkedIn or you on wherever you at, and you're just talking to y'all, or you out and you see somebody with the shirt on, like it means a lot. Actually, I think like my homeboy Keith, he was at Camp North, and I think I had to leave for something, but they was having the Boiler Yard brunch thing, and he was just out there kicking it for a second. Then he seen a bunch of maroon shirts. Ended up being some little central meetup. Went over there, kicked it with, and you know what I mean, connected and was family. And to me, you see that a lot. And then I think it does to what A Black was saying. It goes your immediate school. Then after that, it's going to be HBCU love. So like as much as everybody's rivals with this school, that school, as soon as you get outside of like sports and band and all that stuff, once you in the workplace, it's you know what I mean, like everybody's trying to look out, and then it's kind of all the other blacks. I will say it's been one time. It's probably the only time that I've actually had a negative experience with an HBCU black. And this probably reinforces some of the FBA connotations. But he was from Jamaica. And
you just
we worked together, and yeah. To me, it's I'm kind of like this exact same person at work and not at work. I'm just kind of like exactly me. And seeing somebody kind of like we literally work together, same department, and change his voice tone to talk to white like be around white folk. See him like kind of like do all these little corny things. I was like, ugh. I just don't know like HBCU guys that really do that, and it was just kind of like nasty to me. But
hey, I gotta hop in here.
Only one. But like I said,
hop in here, Q.
From somewhere else. So I
gotta hop in here, Q. Steve done disrespected me. We don't fuck with Clemson, bro. we don't fuck with Clemson, bro. Like but fuck the Debo. But it's the but we I do want to push back a little bit on the PWI because having gone to USC and like the black community at at least the PWI I went to was very tight knit. We had AAAS. We had a lot of like on campus things. The African American Association of Students, but it was like the black thing, and it was like everybody was a part of it.
Let me ask you this real quick: was Trey in that?
Yeah.
So at that point, he was an African.
Hey, stop. We,
Oh, I didn't know if he was indigenous at that point.
Hey,
that's
I don't even think
hilarious. Niggas
bro.
was still out of Africa at that point. It was still out of Africa,
bro. That's all that we knew, bro. Hey, but
Okay.
but I will say though, like having been and like
He learned from his grandmother a little bit.
even like my freshman year, we started like we started a social group, extracurricular joint just for like the black males on the freshman black, and so there was a black community, a decent, well connected black community at the PWI, and even like the black alumni thing, even like moving forward outside of school, there is a strong networking and a connection amongst those people
Hey
too.
Johnny,
So,
let me ask you this: you was at them state parties?
South Carolina State.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was good. It was 35 minutes down the road, 30 minutes down the road. We
Okay.
went homecoming. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
but
pop, my
I
sister
feel
went to
like
state.
that,
And my
I
dad,
think
like
that
my pops.
experienced a lot. And like
Yeah.
being a central, that was one of the bigger things is that you be at the pre-dawn, it'd be nothing. It'd be a bunch of central kids there too, but it'd be a bunch of student IDs that say UNC.
Oh yeah, I think one of my favorite weekends at
all
South
the
Carolina.
little parties, you'd be like, "Man, shorty, where you?" Be like, "I'm up the street of Chapel Hill on that." And I think that's its own
we used to
difference.
kill it down there in state.
But hold on,
like one of my favorite
y'all
weekends.
didn't crash parties
down there in
at
Orangeburg.
UNC. Y'all like when you was at Central, y'all didn't.
But sometimes it'd get
everything happened at Franklin Street at that time period. Like you was basically on Glenwood or Franklin Street in them days because it wasn't nothing going on in Durham like that.
And like honestly, the probably like the biggest one, if not the biggest, one of the biggest party promoters at UNC played drums at Central. He was a white kid named Schaefer.
Oh yeah.
And if you know Schaefer and Ryan Norris, they kind of had that.
Yeah.
Like we kind of had we had easy access to it. But again, Schaefer went to UNC but played drums at Central. He spent most of his time at Central, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I know who he is.
Oh, you know Schaefer? Yeah. He went to law school at Harvard. At Howard, actually. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He was a lawyer at Rock Nation. Yeah, he one of the guys.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Hey, but now Columbia had that same thing. We had Benedict and Allen right down the street, and they used to stay. Them was some wild boys down there. So like, being black at a PWI, like there is still community. So I don't want to get that.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. Yeah, we held it down. We held it down there in Columbia too. It was we did our thing too. But it's a different setting, and of course, you did run into different things being, surrounded by mostly people that don't look like you. And I think that did help push the community together a lot of times because you're dealing with the same, things in a foreign environment a lot of times.
Johnny, did you have your
the PWI blacks don't fuck with the local blacks. That's the difference.
You say what?
Like
that's cap. No, that's cap.
I'm telling you,
go to Benedict party
because like at UNC, the black folks at UNC would not embrace us when they knew we weren't students, and they were like, nah, they really didn't like us.
But it's different at HBCU.
At HBCU, it's all love.
Sometimes the staff workers be chilling on the yard.
I'm saying, I've roommated with dudes from Benedict and stuff, like while I was at USC. So like,
no, you're talking about at a different college. He said the locals.
The locals.
Not the premium blacks, just the regular.
Just the regular niggas locals. That's in the city. Then they on campus trying to catch a vibe. I wasn't really
going too much off city, but I fuck with I wasn't from Columbia, so like I don't even know them locals, but the locals from my city I fuck with.
Johnny's reinforcing your point. He's saying that
like why would I be 18?
Because like
I'm saying I had no reason to go to the hood back there. Like
you ain't got to go to the hood.
They go to the campus.
I fuck with people on the
campus. Way on campus.
Like I say, we mess with Benedict kids and like Allen. It was like it wasn't no beef now, like because
not
it was
the mid-grade blacks, the regular blacks,
the locals.
I didn't have too many interactions with local people in Columbia while I was on campus, but it's because I was a broke college student only on campus. I wasn't moving around through the city like that.
Black, I think you was about to say something.
Oh no, I was asking Johnny, did you get your first white girl there, or was that at high school? Like,
Middle school, nigga. He
I
been true to this, man.
Johnny.
Johnny, man, come on now.
Yeah, I plead the fifth, bro. Let's move. Yeah, I ain't gotta answer that
Tell
one.
him I've been a Becky chaser since
I ain't
elementary
gotta,
school.
I ain't got, I ain't got,
3K, baby.
I ain't gotta answer that.
I just like, cause I mean, I know you surrounded by them there, so I'm
But no,
not.
hold on. But wait, when I went to USC, I had a black girlfriend that I took from Rock Hill, brought her on campus, and that was my joint. And I ain't met. Yeah, that was my joint. Now it was an
Jon
extra.
Snow.
Threw her out the window like a frisbee.
Nah,
White
nah.
girl.
Nah, it wasn't like that. Cause the next chick after that was still black too. So I ain't dumping for a white chick. It might have been.
You had a little run. That's what's up, Johnny.
It might have been an extracurricular too. It's hard to, get on campus. I
So
wouldn't
he
date
gave
none
him a
of them.
chance. Shit, he gave him a chance. Damn, that's right.
I guess moving the conversation forward. We've kind of talked through the general scope of the college experience. So if we now bring this back to last week and build on to this week, and we're talking about the education system in general. Has it failed us? Is it failing us? Where there's some critique even inside at the college level, like there's value inside a lot of the things that it brings, but there's a space where it's a really, really slow burn. And I guess I'll ask y'all, for Black America, what is there a solution when we start looking at the prison school to prison pipeline, the rates of kids going to college, and then success after college? What do y'all think are some answers to this issue with Black America's education problem? I guess I'll ask.
I think we need to be more educated. Well, we shouldn't just rely on the school system to teach us the things that are going to make us successful in America. And I think a lot of the things that I learned about, like investing and saving my money, how to move, it wasn't necessarily things that were taught in just the regular curriculum, and it was stuff I learned by having experiences and meeting people that didn't necessarily look like me. And I think having them experiences and just kind of reshaping how we do, like, even the college experience, is the things that we necessarily need. And financial literacy, uh you know it's just a lot of things. That's one of the biggest ones that I've learned outside of college that I didn't necessarily learn in school, that I learned from people that didn't look like me, that's really kind of shaped my life. And there's a lot of things like that, just how to network and moving in certain spaces that
So
will
are
help
you saying
us.
the education system adding real life financial literacy would be beneficial for Black America in general?
Yes, but I don't know if we can wait for it. I think that's something. I think it's left out
So
intentionally.
let's try and shape this in the
Okay.
idea of
Okay.
the education system.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, I see what you're saying. But yes, yeah, we do need to learn. There's a lot of things that make you successful that aren't taught in school. That's not taught in the curriculum, and adding that would benefit Black people.
What was the original question?
Pretty much solutions. When it comes down to the education system, we've talked and diagnosed a bunch of issues, and I guess now it's kind of us moving into the solution base, whether it's at the entire pipeline going from elementary all the way to college, and how Black America, if we're saying that to an extent it has failed us in general, what are some solutions that we could put forward that would help us within this education system, whether it's the education system or how we approach it?
I think the way to go is to bring so if 1 out of 3 roughly have a college degree, then I start thinking, okay, what if we increase to have 1/3 has a college degree and 1/3 has a sufficient trade and like a skill. And so I think if we open up college just high school, even like the pathway to college, if we can open that up in a way where you can lean into these industries that you can't really study. So like, for example, if you want to be a plumber,
You could go to college
and you take all these classes in high school and you get your technician thing, but then like, why can't there be a college curriculum dedicated to pipes and soil? I mean, I'm sure there are some things out there, but why can't there be a 4-year program?
Why can't you get your trade in college?
Exactly. Like to continue to get,
I think that's
to get like a deeper understanding of not just like the skill, but also the business behind it, how to run it, etc. So I feel like that would be like a fire thing to help the community, because at the end of the day,
how long does it take to like get your trade whatever?
I think you could do it at a community college in 2 years or less, to my understanding, but I would have to look that up.
And I like where you're at, where I think that if you add a trade and then on the back end do the business side of it as well, I think that like you can pretty much put the whole 4 years
pair together. Exactly. Exactly.
Like if it's kind of like, you know, paired with like having to understand business and finance and taxes for businesses and X.
Yep.
I think that I definitely think that there's value in that.
Because that's half the problem with entrepreneurs. They still don't understand taxes. Like, and I'll be honest, even as in a household where 2 people have masters, taxes be kicking our ass every year. Like, we got to make sure we pay the right people to handle our taxes, because the tax codes, these rules and all this shit, it is not the most intuitive thing to understand. So the more resources we can provide to help people understand like the realities of owning a business, running a business, not getting in trouble because you're making money. That's the crazy thing about America. They'll let you be so successful that they then make you so successful just to get you in trouble, you know, i.e. like a Wesley Snipes or something like that. So it's definitely crazy. You got to be careful, cross your T's, dot your I's, but I think that'd be highly beneficial.
I dig it. A Black.
Yeah, I think a solution, I mean, it has to be, first off, real education. Like, what we have a lot in the public school system for sure is initial indoctrination, you know, U.S. history and U.S. culture, and kind of learn a bunch of shit that it's not real practical. Like, you don't really need, you know, like we should be learning about taxes and real estate starting in middle school. And it's programs I've seen for kids now where, you know, some parents have their kids learning real estate and taxes and credit and stocks and stuff at early ages. You know, we learned about the Pythagorean theorem and you know the fucking
the quadratic formula.
Just like random history
and
filling our brain with shit that tries to legitimize this country as a country. You know, kind of instilling that American pride in you. But that's like time that we could be learning 2-3 languages, learning about taxes, learning about shit. So like college is an option, but it's not necessary by the time you're 18 because you're fully competent to really jump out here. Like a lot of times college is there because niggas are 17, 18 and still are not fully developed and can't really do nothing but be a cashier. So like, well, might as well go to college. Hopefully I get some more skills and shit. But a lot of skills and stuff that we're learning, we should have been learning. Like in high school, we should be learning how to buy a house in high school. Like I shouldn't be late 30s. Like now that I'm trying to get property and you learning about stuff that's not hard concepts, but it's like, why are we just now learning this? Like, why do I have to, it's out there information, but you got to go type in and look for this shit and, you know, interest rates and all of this shit. Like, I mean, we did talk, I'll get on that. We talked about interest in math, but you know,
but we don't talk about interest rates from like a Federal Reserve perspective.
Yeah.
And I didn't learn about that until I was in college.
Hey, but
operational science. It was something
question.
weird that taught me about interest rates and all that shit. But it was an elective math course for me. What's going on, Johnny?
I think. Do you guys think that like they gatekeep this information intentionally?
For sure.
And do you think like
but I don't even think it's like for black people. I think it's for like the average
system.
American.
So they're not gonna, like, I don't think they're ever gonna like try to teach a lot of this stuff in schools. And I think that's why it's more like on us to like gather the information and then disseminate it amongst ourselves. because like they're not going to teach it. That's why it took so long to get it. That's why you don't learn about like the compound interest and how the bank works and credit until your late 20s. It's because they're gatekeeping this information that will make you a more powerful citizen, that will make our communities better. And I think that's, you know, why even like when I learned some of this stuff, the first thing I do is go tell my friends that might not, you know, have had access, because it's like that's the thing that's going to make our communities better, is like taking the gatekeep information when we do get access to it and then leaking it to our communities, you know, and letting that shit spread. But that's like what I was trying to say earlier. It's just like we got to figure out how to get them to teach us these things, because that's what we're missing.
So let me ask y'all this: do y'all think that going the inside like the best faith version of me making a statement, if we went the Dr. Umar route and we built our own schools, our own institutions, would that be a viable solution, or is that not something that's realistically feasible?
It has to be. You got to be able to sustain it with funding, you know. And so, like, you can get the building, you can paint the walls, and get all the infrastructure, and fill it up first year. But how do you pay for year 5 and year 10? And like, so sustainability is the main thing. How are you going to continue, funding
Once it's shining well, I got you.
feeding the kids? But if that is what we need, more private, smaller, specialized educations like that we can send our kids to, and maybe the funding will be the parents, but you know, also has to be an economy where you can pay for higher quality shit. But you got to be able to fund it. I mean, school's expensive. The operating costs alone that people don't even think about. You know, it's expensive to run a school.
Yeah. I think. Go ahead, G.
I say, like, you know, I think the person who's done this the best, who doesn't get the credit, is Jalen Rose. He's got an academy in Detroit. He's had it for over 10 years now. It's a charter school.
Yep.
It's free tuition. And, you know, him being born and raised in Detroit, if you know anything about Jalen Rose, like, he came up in that BMF era too, like when Detroit was really like
you see it when they what is it, Jalen and Jacoby? He loved wearing them the little dope boy glasses.
Oh yeah, he gonna let you know he from Detroit. The buffs, he gonna have the buffs, he gonna have everything he need. He gonna stay with that Beijing hairline, gonna stay pristine, and he moved like a true like Detroit looking player. He really do, but. When you look at his school, I think it's just like a good example. It's like, I don't know the ins and outs of what he actually did. You know, but funny enough,
not ownership on us though.
So that's one of the things. But I think he has it's his school though. So when you talk about getting funding, I'm thinking like that's kind of like maybe how you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Is it they either get state or federal funding? I can't remember which one, and you have to abide by very specific regulation. You get more freedom, especially like boards, and you have more access to different versions of funding.
But there's certain things you have to teach, and there's certain things you can't teach based on the funding too, though.
Yeah,
that's part of the stipulation that comes with this federal money, because that's the thing Trump's doing as far as like the DEI and like the race there, like he's tying like the funding to the curriculum, and that's what we're trying. You know, we're talking about like teaching things. That's some of that federal money might be like kind of negative, because if you can't teach your kids certain things, do we even want that money?
Yeah, and then Jalen Rose is partnered with University of Detroit, so he's able to kind of get state funding to have his shit sustainable. He's partnered with a university. They probably got him under some little umbrella of a program pipeline for younger students to their university type thing. But yeah, you gotta have some type of partner or some type of money, you know, like somebody really rich, because
you're gonna have to get money from the state or the feds at the end of the day. Like, you're gonna have to pull some of those resources and apply for those resources. Like, to be completely privately funded as a school, I mean that would be a very expensive bill.
You have to have LeBron money
and yeah,
about $1 million a month to operate.
How much?
About $1 million for a small school.
I'm about to say that's even a low budget right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once you look
okay,
at building costs, and then
To
kids,
salaries,
salary,
all that, all the
yeah, that's before you
above.
get the salaries.
Yeah.
janitors, food, security.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
have security at a private school too. Can't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess yeah. I mean, I guess I see why I see why the state fund is there, but they do, especially nowadays they tying a lot of like what you can say and can't say to that funding.
Old man said you don't need to have a building to have a school or teach. Now,
LTA said
see
LTO
that's
said
one
do
of
virtual.
those. That's one of those. In theory, it sound good, but when it's cold as hell outside, or when it's hot as hell outside, how you gonna get them kids to pay attention?
Or
What board? What
ask them
board you
teachers
finna drop?
how well they did during COVID.
How many paperweights they gonna need to keep the breeze from blowing they shit from in the wind? You just gonna have open class in a field like you painting on the trees? Like I gotta. Oh man, you
Pretty sure
might
he
have
was
to
talking
join it. I
virtual.
gotta understand
I
what
think he
school
was
look
talking
like with
virtual.
no
I
buildings.
think he was
Like
talking virtual, bro.
I gotta
Maybe
understand. But Johnny, you need a
I look
building
at
for
it.
virtual. You need a building for virtual.
We use the building everybody got. We all got buildings. So we all in our
Yeah,
building right now.
You gonna be in a building for virtual?
I imagine he said online school.
Oh,
Yeah.
online school. Okay,
Yeah, online school.
them
Yeah.
niggas still gonna be in a building logging on.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
they used
but
to like
also that's
community
only one. That's only
organized.
one form of education online. If we talking about teaching people trades, teaching the
Especially
other
kids. Especially
stuff,
kids. You can't do that.
you
Yeah,
gotta
you
have a
Well, the
can't.
brick
teachers
and
said
mortar.
they couldn't control them during COVID.
You can't do online with kids. No way.
Oh, he said
Coffee
coffee
shop,
shop.
that's funny.
Niggas pull up at the coffee shop. Yeah.
Starbucks.
But listen, I think that kids
Taking
still
over
do
every
need to learn how to
Starbucks.
write and do multiplication. Like we can't we can't start teaching these kids trades in elementary school. They got to find somewhere and learn some of the basics.
Can you spell, my guy?
You
Yeah.
teaching niggas how to work chainsaws in 5th grade.
Spell conversation.
Chop that wood. Pause.
Yeah. All right. So let me see. Was there anything else? All right. I think that this is a quick little double back to what A Black said. This will be like I said, a quick appeal to HBCU. So he spoke that doctors, lawyers, nurses, professional fields in general, the biggest concentration of these come out of HBCUs. So there's more doctors, lawyers, nurses, XYZ that comes out of there in comparison to PWIs. Is this proof of concept that us going to our own produces good results, and should that be a more concentrated effort? What's your thoughts?
I mean, I think you gotta look. I mean, is it just based on like pure total numbers? Because I'm sure more black students go to black schools, and the number of students that go to PWI is lower.
You think so?
I'd have to.
Because I just
So
imagine
that's my first thought about that.
You go
I
like-
want to look that up.
It's just
That's-
so many PWIs.
yeah, that's what I'm about to say. It's so
There's
many.
it's a lot of HBCUs too,
But
and
it's
they're all
not-
black.
it's not really.
60 of them.
But I'm saying, but if
In
you look
In
at
North,
PWIs,
North Carolina, it's a lot. But
if you look
even
at
It's like 60 in America. It's not, and most of them are like
in
decent.
North Carolina, like
it's only
North
60
Carolina
in
got
the
like
whole
10.
country.
Yes, HBCU is pretty much the South, and it's only like
Southeast,
60
yeah.
of them. And then there's maybe like SWAC is a big, like they have big schools.
Out in Texas.
MEAC kind of has big schools, but then you go CIAA, these are smaller schools.
Smaller schools. It's only
MEAC
2
is
Division I
smaller
conferences.
schools.
Yeah.
I'm saying we got like Clinton in Rock Hill. Like
That is a very small school.
What is Clinton?
They
That's
might
a
have
school?
like 3,000.
It's a HBCU right there. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
it got like 3,000 people.
Yeah, but
Clinton is a HBCU.
It ain't even got that many, bro.
Yeah,
It might got 300. It's small as shit.
I never even heard of that.
yeah, I know Clinton.
but all of them don't got.
They
All of
do
them
too.
have graduate schools.
Oh wait, is that a JUCO? I think Clinton's a
It
It
JUCO.
used to be Clinton Jr. They changed it to Clinton College. recently.
Stop calling that at HBCU, Johnny. Like just because
You
niggas
got
go
it.
there.
It
It ain't got. It's an HBCU. It's founded by the black church, the African AMBZ church. It's founded
Johnny
by the
trying
black
to
church.
call CPCC at HBCU.
Bro, I never heard of this school. What
It's
conference
founded
they
by the
in?
black church. It's
It
the
might
AMBZ. It's the African Methodist Episcopal Zion's Church. It's right in there, Rock Hill, Clinton College. Been there since like 1890 something.
And,
All right.
Black
According
history.
to Google, Clinton College is a historically black college and university. But yeah, nonetheless,
know about
to the point,
Hey, learn
any
something
thoughts?
new.
Do you think that it would be a smart thing given the results that we see on mass?
What
Say
be a
what?
smart thing?
So if I just rewind it really quickly, so HBCUs produce the most doctors,
Oh yeah,
lawyers,
that's what I was gonna say.
you know,
Like,
all those different things. Being that there's the track record of them being able to produce that in comparison to the PWI counterpart, is that proof of concept? And if we concentrated more of even our best and quote unquote brightest to these HBCUs, we would see like a times two or an exponent to this, yeah, of what we see.
yeah, I think it's definitely proof. I mean, you got more black students. I feel like going to PWI grad schools because it's not that many HBCUs that have grad schools that offer PhDs or
Mhm.
dentistry or lawyers and doctors and stuff. So the numbers are already low.
Yeah.
You know? It's just that they producing them better because they got more concentrated, but the numbers are just there. Like it's proven. It's not a thing of like, oh, we got more black students, so we got more black doctors. It's like now we actually don't. Actually, the majority of HBCUs don't have PhD programs, so we still coming in with low numbers. With
Damn,
just
that is true.
Oh, that's a good.
Actually,
Yeah, that's a
You
good
know,
point.
in a lot of it, even the undergraduate programs will be struggling to maintain their accreditations. Like it's not a it's a sad reality for a lot of HBCUs. Like a lot of them are struggling to keep those accreditations. So let alone having a master's or a PhD, they just try to make sure they got
Okay.
credited bachelor's programs. A lot
Okay,
of them
then.
because of the funding.
Well, then let me ask y'all
pressure
this
seems
question.
more
Then
around.
let me ask y'all this: if they don't have the PhDs, they're struggling to stay. How are they creating like these doctors and these lawyers? Like, if it's not the curriculum, if it's not the school's funding and them not having a lot of resources, what is it about these schools that are creating these doctors and lawyers at a higher clip
I
than the
think you
PWI?
highlighting the value. You highlighting
Yeah,
the value.
yeah,
You
of being
literally just
around.
highlighting the value.
But I'm
It's
asking,
something about it.
but I'm saying, but what is you said something? Is it the culture? Is it because it's not the funding?
I,
It's
I
not the
imagine that's kind of what it hints at. Like, why is it that black people tend to create magic when they just be like in high concentrations of themselves? Like they
you're not around somebody
they
gatekeeping you.
You get
they
a
Trying
different
to hold
support
you,
system at an
hold you
yeah,
HBCU.
down. Yeah.
Like the way,
oh, there we go.
at least in my experience, like because I went to a majority say is one of the better public schools in Durham, Jordan High School, and I went to HBCU, and I almost felt like the rigor was like I was actually already used to it. It's like
okay.
what I had to deal with in high school. Over we had over 400 people graduated in my senior class. Over 100 had above a 4.0. That's the kind of high school I went to.
Oh, damn.
It was like that.
Yeah,
Yo,
Jordan, you
like
was
that.
actually
That,
like
that,
that.
No,
that
it
was
was
been
like that.
IB. That was IB, AP.
AP everything, right?
Okay.
Like Jordan was like that.
Had to have that. Cause
And
y'all
so
some
even
smart
I had
motherfuckers.
below a 3.0. You see what I'm saying? So like I was like well low on the rankings, but because of the environment and the types of students and classes I was around, when I got to college, I was already used to like people taking school serious, for example. That was like I just didn't take school serious. And when I got to Winston, one thing I noticed was like the support I would get from a teacher versus what I got in high school, it felt different. It was like more encouraging. They would work with me more. It just felt more like a collaborative partnership than like I gotta go here and prove something type of thing, like how it is in other institutions. And I feel like at an HBCU, it's just they're gonna create a more conducive environment for young black students to make more mistakes potentially,
That's true.
recover, and ultimately not like put them in a bad light because they're still maturing and figuring things out. So I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest difference to me
I,
personally.
And
hey,
to
hold on, Q.
what G was just saying, like I guess one of my anecdotes for Central, like I had my son while I was at Central, but it also happened to be that because of black HBCU and the black community is so ingrained in close together. My advisor knew my son's mother, and so that they was tight. And so fast forward me graduating, he actually hooked me up with my first job at John C. Smith, where like because he knew them, he knew me, he knew her people. He made a call over there, got me inside like a little thing, and that was my first gig. And to me, like that speaks to like the community of HBCU, where like it kind of typically touches like the Black community. It touches, you know what I mean, like the students, and they all kind of try and make sure that they work together.
I think what we all, so what y'all saying, because I didn't go, and you know what I'm hearing, what I'm saying, it sounds like there's like the kids get more empathy, more chances, more like you're able to be a kid and you're able to do the fuck ups, and we're like at a PWI, it's a big school and black, white, whatever, you just a number. You fuck up that one time, you out. And it's like it's more robotic. It's not necessarily as, even though you got the Black community, but y'all saying as far as like the teachers and you know that empathy from professors, sounds like you got a lot more of that there. And
I
it's
think
like,
so.
And you
I
also
think that
not
helps.
dealing with like latent racism and stuff that you got to
Mhm.
deal with in white spaces. Like even when
That's
people
true.
don't know it, you know, they might be secretly holding you back, black doctor or black nurse or black lawyer in their spaces. That it's not necessary. Not to say we don't have hating in our own communities and stuff, but when you in that all black school trying to get your PhD, you're not worried about somebody like, you know, not passing your dissertation because you black. You know, you're not dealing with the same racism, hoops and hurdles that people have to do in them white spaces and stuff. And that's why you go produce more black doctors and stuff, because you got less hurdles and stuff.
I agree.
Yeah. I ain't got no pushback.
At the end of the
I
day,
I do a little bit though, just a little bit, as far as like just a little. As far as like papers and stuff like that, I ain't never felt like I wasn't gonna pass, or like academically, like if I wasn't smart enough, like I wouldn't pass just because I was black. I ain't never felt that kind of racist from any like teachers or anything. But now there might have been like a lack of like empathy or like community. But I also felt like if I'm smart enough, I'm gonna get the thing. But it's just gonna be, you know, kind of cold. It's no like love. It's just, hey, you pass. Here's the paper. Good luck. Slap you on your ass. Just get out there.
Yeah,
But
it's
where
all
like I
about the
think
grade. It's
but I
basically
think,
about the grade.
yeah, HBCU, I feel like there's more like uh there's more empathy. The teachers going, the deans and everything's gonna fuck with you. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, old man. Hey,
He ain't
got
denying it.
hey, I've definitely, I ain't gonna taint my shit. ain't for the ain't for the taint my
hey, but also if they don't see you as no real threat to them, they might not give you a lot of pushback either. You know, you might be
that's
that.
my that's the thing. They might just pass you and just give you this shit anyway, just cause they know.
Nah, I ain't never got no pass just cause. I ain't.
Ain't no pad, but I think like he said, just let you get the. I think like sometimes they not gonna hold you back if they know you're not gonna be able to do nothing anyway. I feel that they not gonna put that much obstacles in front of you if they're not
Hey
scared.
G, Chris
Yeah, shout
Clark,
out to Chris.
he calling cap. He said that wasn't his experience at State.
Hey, look, we didn't go to the same high schools, respectfully, you know.
Respectfully.
But that's my man's. That's my man. Shout out to the 252. Shout out to the 252 now. Edgecomb's finest now. And shout out to Chris. Shout out to Chris, because I don't know, Q, you might have met him actually. He was in a one of the programs at the time when we met. But he was on the other side from Edgecombe, and you was doing the other program. But
okay, let me look and let me see if I can.
But yeah, like Chris, he's a young person too, where it's like,
was he one of the kids?
Say it again.
Was he one of the kids?
Yeah.
Oh, I probably do. Yes, I'm sure I probably know who it is.
Like,
let me see if I can find it.
I've seen it so many times. Like, depending on your background, education is one of the best tools to improve your situation in terms of livelihood. Like, it just really is. And I've seen it too many examples of where, depending on what your background is, you go to school, you might stumble along the way, but you stick with it, you figure it out, and eventually things start to like change in these like, grand ways. And so like, his experience may have been different going to State, which is fair, But I, respectfully, like I said, when you say you got over 100 students with a 4.0, it's just Jordan is it was a different environment at the time. I can say, like, it really, it was different. Because like I would get frustrated as a Durham public school student because I knew niggas that was at Southern, at Hillside, and I had below a 3.0. I was ranked in the hundreds. I knew cats that had like a 2.8, and they were like top 50.
Junior, oh, that's crazy.
Shout out to the guys.
That's crazy. Top 50 for us. You had to
That's
be like
Hillside, not the not New Tech, but that's the regular
Southern, Hillside. Like it's just a few of the schools, man. Respectfully, we talking the facts.
That's them tech prep classes. Fellas, they called them shits back then. Tech prep.
I feel like we've unpacked enough of this conversation. We've offered some solutions, some of our thoughts. I think that this would be a good little mid. What do they call it? Halftime. Introduce a couple memes. Do some icebreakers here.
Bring the drum line out.
Bring the drum line out. Halftime show. Then we'll finish off with some call-in.
HBCU's gonna give you some entertainment, baby.
That's why we talk.
They gonna entertain. They gonna get a little entertainment.
So, with that said, speaking of entertainment,
DJ on campus.
Chicken Wednesday.
Hey, we had that at my school too.
Okay, hold on, pause. This is what we're not doing. So every time that he does this, I'm gonna record this. Because that's not okay. I'm just letting you know. No, the thing is
that baby don't want to go nowhere.
She just woke that baby up.
He doesn't want to go with you. So actually show up. And do something then with him. Because he does this every time. No, it's not. It ain't because anybody babys him. You're getting his bag and stuff.
Where her garments? She gave up the
Yeah, they divorced.
Oh, yeah, Kevin Gates with
showing off that skin.
Yeah, she bet.
It ain't Shia Low.
It's up with me. Just know that.
Oh my God, man, that's the worst. Hey, man,
That's the point.
No baby mama need to be telling baby daddy it's up with them.
Pussy ass bitch. Pussy ass. What the fuck you looking at? Get your bitch ass out my driveway, ho.
That's insane.
Fuck you.
And that's the mom, I think. I think that's her mama.
Yeah, that's the mama.
$70,000 to your hoe, but $11,000 in your son's bank account.
Yeah, that is the mom.
$11,000 in your son's bank account, but $170,000.
That says a lot.
Most babies got that.
Get out. Come on.
That
says a lot.
I ain't gonna lie. Like the first thing I noticed in this entire video, I'm glad I paused right there.
With the chair.
That chair.
Like, why do they have a folding chair in the living room?
That's some regular shit.
Pretty renter is living there.
Like that because she on
that speaks volumes in itself.
She on that type of timing. But like, here's my thing though. Like the recording the shit with the baby crying. I feel like you can make a baby cry. Like if you just wake the baby up and you just
nothing. Like
you say what?
I said no. I agree. I think it means absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
especially a kid that's 2 or 3 years old. It means absolutely nothing.
We not gonna do this, and you trying to make it more, and then the recording.
Yeah,
it just seemed, and like you say, it's funny she did that right before the extension, like right before we got paused. Right.
He got that 90 million. Hey, shout out to the Mavs.
And other thing that make her look crazy though is like she was just a wife with the garment on and
was it right before or right after the extension?
Right before. It was right before the extension. The extension happened today, I think.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
And then that was a couple days ago. But I'm saying, but to
go news and she was hot. She was like, I'm about to get the camera.
But my thing is with a woman like that, like for her to be like with Kevin Gates and in the Muslim
that was all a joke.
I think their whole relationship lasted like 4 months. They got married after.
No, she got him. She got him. She clearly got him. Like she trapped this man. Like
but that shows you what type of woman. But to me, that shows you what, like, if a woman can go that much into character when she feel like it.
Oh
to put the garb on and do all of that when she feel like it, and then the moment she pissed off, she
4 months.
she can go right back to that shit. That's scary, and like that's an insane woman. And I know she bad, but like, hey, you gotta stay away
Bro,
from people like that.
she
You gotta
grinding
just.
on Kevin Gate. I mean, grinding on Charleston White.
Is she that
Like,
bad?
Right
I
before
forgot
that.
about that.
I
Yeah,
don't think so, G, but
She
that
okay?
that video, the way she was walking, all them little twitches, like that girl is nuts. Like,
yeah.
I know
psycho.
it's crazy when I see one.
Like,
She's
she ain't even
nuts.
as bad as she used to be because she looked crazy now. Like she used to
I
be.
mean, she
All
been
right.
look crazy. That's why I'm like,
Yeah,
man,
I never thought that she was like crazy bad. I imagine
She's just
she
a
knows
light
how to-
skinned girl.
Yeah,
I
I
had
think
a
that she
I
knows how
had
to
a
get
little
in your
moment
room
about
and do all
5-6
those
years
things.
ago. The body was fucked. Like
she had
body
a
was
little
like
moment.
that.
Little body was nice
Body
before
was
she
like
was
that.
completely
Yeah,
ran.
if
But
you
wasn't she like a college athlete in her like
She
young
played soccer.
20s? The body, there's no
Q,
excuse for it
DT
to
knew
be
her.
out of
You remember
par.
DT Solo?
Yeah, DT know her.
Yeah, DT know her.
They grew up together, yeah. That don't mean nothing to me. Like it just she's still regular. The picture that he posted with her, she got pimples on her forehead.
Yeah, regular as hell back in the day.
Yeah, she I don't know. To me, she ain't
She's
she never
okay.
was like my cup of tea per se.
She's
So I never
okay.
was like
She had a run. That's all.
And
I'm
that was,
saying.
you
She
can
had
see
a
with
decent-
the hair under the hat. She got the little
Uh-oh.
cornrows. You know,
doing something underneath there. But yeah, like I don't know. I think there's a couple things that's going on in the video that I guess I would say one, like crazy baby mama. That just is point A. That shit's gonna be it's just an 18-year sentence.
With a crazy baby grandmama.
Yeah. And I think that honestly that makes it so much worse.
Yeah.
Usually if you have a balance where if the woman is crazy, but the mom is cool or the dad is cool, like there's a way to kind of have a mediator to where you don't even really have to deal with her or anything like that. But yeah, nonetheless,
I mean, you could tell the mama sound like
I would say everything that she's doing is a ploy and it's a play. And
the mama was the
advice that I
bag
would
chaser.
give to him would be that, like, because of everything is a stage, the smartest thing you could do is just get the baby, get in the car, and leave. Because of all she's doing is doing like these literal like acts and
get you to react.
That's meant to get you out of pocket to show to a court to incentivize more money. Like
Right.
entire thing. And so to get out of pocket and do like the suck my dick, or like to engage in any of it,
Yeah, that's not good.
as the guy, in my opinion, you're losing footing because of once you understand what it is, it's your job to go into that space, get the job done, and leave.
The best thing he did was at the beginning when he had a baby, he was looking at her like, what?
But now
he didn't even say no. He just turned away and walked away. He was like, all right, you're not gonna give me the bag? Fuck it. I don't need the bag. We going to the car.
I'll give him this. He handled her right. Like he ain't say nothing to her. It was the mama
he still said told her something.
Yeah.
That was the mama.
No,
that was the mama saying
he said that to her first.
Yeah.
She got him to repeat it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, because the mama was the one saying 170K and the baby. That was the mama saying that, right?
No, but he told Brittany Renner.
Brittany Renner was like, "It's."
Oh, I thought he said that to the mama.
So he also said it to the mama.
It's up with me. He was like, "Suck my."
I missed the first.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
And the mama said, "Hey, what you say?" He had that camera. She wanted to make sure she got it on there.
But see,
he repeated it loud and clear. He was like,
I feel like the mama is what made him react. Because I feel like
he was already reacting.
It was Brittany Renner, bro. It was Brittany Renner. It was Brittany Renner.
The issue was the stage, in my opinion, where I think that as a guy, you win, and then you can actually like show this shit as like evidence in court. If he doesn't do the last thing at the end, and then his woman like jumps out a little bit and does that because of what they're gonna play into is the idea that they're bringing the kid into a hostile environment, and it's like this the little, like I said, it's a stage play where clearly she's doing everything wrong. For me, my only advice would be the advice that I can give a man, which would be you got to stand on your square, stay on your dean, and understand what the game is that's being played and move accordingly.
He got to tell his new lady to be quiet too. Yeah. Respectfully, she got to be quiet. Whatever Brittany's saying, you shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Don't say a word to this bitch.
Bro played good defense for 23 seconds.
Yeah,
22 seconds.
But
he said fuck it.
but his new girl is what turn Brittany away because Brittany couldn't follow through with the plan. I think her mom concocted this plan, and we about to go out here and make this dude react. But I think she got blindsided when old girl was in the car. Then her feelings got into it. Now she knew she gonna look like a lame, like, oh damn, she ain't here. But the mom was still with the shit. The mom would make him react when she was counting his pockets. She's like, oh, your son got 11,000, but you get this to your hoe. Like the mom was talking wild.
I think that's when he flipped.
The mom was talking wild because she said, but you get this to your hoe. And that's what he was like, bitch, you don't pay for nothing. Brittany said, well,
I thought that's when I thought the mama was the one that pushed it over the edge.
Oh yeah, the mom pushed it, but she was still going through with the plan to get him to react. Smack the phone, smack her.
Oh yeah, she definitely got more out of him. Yeah. But he also did give an initial suck my dick when he was at that.
Brittany turned around, she saw a girl.
Yeah, that is true. Once she got to the door and she seen it, she was like, just know it's, and she walked away.
Yeah,
and then
the mom came and kept on. She incited it more. She got Shorty to react to. She got that on camera. Mom did her job. You can tell that like they had this plan. When she got to the door, you seen her look back really quickly.
They watching the film. They watching the film right now, giving Mama an A+. They watching this like, yeah, you.
This Mama was like, scene, and this ain't what you gonna do. He crying every time. I say, oh shit. They could at least crop the video to where they didn't get the little lawn chair at the beginning. But yeah,
that's a sympathy play.
Yeah,
they want niggas to see that lawn chair in there.
Hey, that baby got 11,000 in his account. That's more than most working people have inside their account. They say most working people
the majority of Americans.
40,000.
That's a rich ass baby.
Yeah, like most people can't get hit for $400. That baby got 11,000. What that baby need with more than 11,000 right now?
Hey, Steve, the new one ain't did nothing yet, Steve. Like you gotta get a new one a break.
The new Shorty reacting though, she that was kind of sexy to me because like I know she's supposed to be quiet, but at the same time she was chilling, she minded her business, and you hear somebody.
And she but I like the new joint be holding it down.
Yeah, listen, to me, I understand what you're saying. I think that the initial one is cool because you want to know that she has your back, but then you gotta tell her chill the fuck.
Yeah, I mean she stayed in the car.
But you know she ride. Like you know she gonna ride.
She stayed in the car. That was his instruction.
Actually, that's a play. Yeah, she did get out.
He ain't say be quiet. He said stay in the car. She did that, but she's like, you ain't tell me to shut up, man.
I ain't man. If you stay in the car, I ain't mad if you barking a little bit.
Yeah, I ain't mad.
Get her, babe. Get her, babe. Tell her she ain't shit, is she? We be talking shit the whole way back.
Listen, like I get it in the stance of like, but to me, my instructions area of the time that we come out is gonna be, shut the fuck up. Hey, they about to try and do the whole stage play. Shut the fuck up. Like, we gonna get this, get in, get out. They're gonna be unruly. You get the camera, make sure you record the bullshit, and like we gonna play the game the way it actually needs to be played. That'll be my strategy for my lady after that. Like you gonna ride, cool. Like we down, so I just need you to hold this camera from here on out.
Be quiet.
All right, so I guess fellas, if we have do y'all have any more before we move on to the next one?
Hey man, shout out to the Mavs. PJ tuned in, look like he ready. Cooper Flag and the boys is ready to do something this year, man. So shout out to the Mavs, man. He got his money.
Gotcha. We talking
Mavs
first.
Ain't gonna do shit.
Like, it look like he might get full custody. Where this bitch looking crazy. That double win.
Right. And then I mean, like there's a bunch of character issues that you can literally pull up with. I get it from having my kid around Kevin Gates. If I was his lawyer, you can run it down for sure.
Oh yeah. He building the case.
Yeah.
My baby around.
She already built the case. She publicized the case. She'd be like, she's clearly not stable. I mean, she's going through. You know, she'd be on Love and Hip Hop tripping, or what? Not Love and Hip Hop. What's the other one?
Love Island.
No,
none of these shows.
I ain't seen that.
The one with Shaq wife.
Basketball Wives.
Basketball Wives. She been on Basketball Wives tripping. She on the internet tripping with the Kevin Gates stuff.
Baby,
boy, he got a new wife. She just got a little temporary. She just got divorced. You know, so her shit is falling. He rising. She can't do nothing but go out there and pray that please can this nigga just smack the shit out of me. Like that's
look out.
That's all it'll take. He'll smack the shit out of her. You know, he about to lose deals. She gonna get money. She gonna get sympathy. He gonna
Get
be
that
on
Miles
shit.
Bridges treatment.
I do, but yo, Abe, like I do feel like the way, like that's why one thing I cannot stand about like that's a huge red flag for me is like your ability to disrespect the nigga, because if your baby mama is like I'm trying to avoid conflict and you want to follow me to my car, like red flag. I'm walking away. Don't follow me. Like
I got
leave
the
me
baby.
alone.
Hey, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying,
got
you
the
know,
baby.
You know
you're
what I'm
not gonna
saying?
find that red flag out till way
Nah,
down the
Johnny.
line.
Some of them let
Like,
you
you're
know
not
kind
gonna
of
like.
early.
Come on, you can't
Some
like
of them let
that.
you know kind of early. They let you see the
To
signs.
follow
kinda
you
early.
to the car with the bag, like that don't happen to year 3.
Yeah,
You
now
done,
I ain't
like
gonna,
pissed up.
But
the thing
telling me
about it is with
it's
most
up with
women.
me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. But the thing about it, and I can almost guarantee you with her,
don't
is
talk
that
to me
like
like that.
women understand how to play the role, and with her, she played the role from when he got into college, and she was already in.
She got him at Kentucky.
And like
Correct.
we didn't seen the kind of role she'll play. She will
Asked
go
him at
full
Kentucky.
job for a role. She'll do
She
that
was
for
in
like
Charlotte.
4 or 5 months.
She was in the bars in Charlotte trying to like.
But
Right,
my
right.
point is that like she will like completely change her identity just for a role, for like
Facts.
for Kevin Gates. And like with PJ, I guarantee you she was like the most nurturing, almost motherly, but will fuck you figure that he ever had. Probably taught him how to wash clothes and everything, right?
You gotta
Yeah.
separate
Where,
your
like,
life
she
from your
built
dark.
a value.
That psychotic thing that when she
Right,
locks
right.
into a man, she can make you feel like you the
Yes.
only
Nah,
man.
she probably
That's the
probably
most,
gifted.
but
She
honestly,
probably
that's the
gifted.
most beautiful and the most scary thing about women. Because sometimes,
She
like,
probably gifted. I ain't gonna lie.
it be like,
Yeah.
because when they
Like they didn't
doing
let
it,
this come out until after the divorce.
and that's why you can't blame. That's why you
or
almost can't blame.
during the marriage, should I say?
That's why you
Once
almost
gotta-
can't blame him, because if he didn't see the red flag and she's just playing a
But
role.
no, Johnny, the
I'm not
matter
groomed.
of fact
I
is
say she groomed him.
she got to him while he was in college. That was the red flag in itself, the inception of the relationship. Like she clearly was on, she was not in college. And yet she was on college campuses targeting athletes and promoting it at the time.
But
That's
what
a
I'm
red
saying,
flag.
but G, what I'm saying, as the athlete, it's hard to see. We can see the red flag from a third party, but if you're in the position, that's a hard red flag when she's playing
Well,
the
it's
role
grooming. It
perfectly.
just is what it
Like
is.
it's hard to see that red flag initially when you're
But
the
you-
target.
And we
But you
see
also
all the
got an
NBA
ego.
players
You
getting
also
groomed
got
right
an
now.
ego too.
That's
You
all I'm
really-
saying, brother. And sometimes the pussy be
But
good too,
she
G.
not an OG like Drea. Now I respect Jalen Green for that one. I'm like, okay, you one of the true vets of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like
He wasn't
stamp.
Jalen
Dre-
Green in
now,
Kentucky though.
Brittany Renner ain't no Drea, just respectfully.
He wasn't
Like,
Jalen Green though.
Mustang. You got that vintage
He was
Mustang.
he was a college player pre NIL.
2001 must.
He didn't even have an NIL deal.
hey, that
Like she
classic. Hey,
invested.
he got Jalen Green got him one of them classics. He could just pull up any day. It's a classic. Every time he pull up, he got a classic. Brittany Renner is not that.
It's gonna be like
Yeah.
they'll be doing
She a
it.
joke.
Okay, all right. I ain't the only one. But
PJ ain't had an NIL deal at Kentucky though. Y'all gotta remember that. She was
he got a
gambling.
bag. But that was Coach.
That was Cal. Yeah,
Yeah,
so he got some bread.
Yeah, but it wasn't NIL money.
But he knew
Yeah, it was
he was always a
That's what it
projected
was.
lottery pick.
Tax-free, nigga.
Yeah, he was always a projected lottery pick too.
Yeah,
One
it
and
was
done.
under the table.
Yeah.
That's a little better. Right
Yeah.
now, they gotta actually get that shit taxed. And
They gotta
stuff.
report that shit.
They got that Kawhi. They got that Kawhi Leonard
Right,
deal.
right.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Steve Ballmer for paying niggas under the. Every player in the league trying to get to the Clippers right now. I can guarantee you that's the type of owner you want to play for.
You hear Gilbert, if you watch Gilbert Arenas, they talk about that often.
Yeah.
Like if a ownership can't make it to you with the salary cap, they'll present you other options. I think
That's what his Wizards owner did.
Yeah. Even when he was in the league, they said, "Hey, we can't pay you but this much, but outside there's this car in this house that's worth this much, and we'll make it up to you inside this capacity."
And they gave him his $100 million when the time came, even though he was hurt or whatever the case. Like they still broke him off that $100 million for them hibachi years.
Yeah. All right, so fellas, let's see if we can move on to this young thug, and then we'll start bringing up some calls.
Speaking of niggas that should have went to school. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know if school would have helped my guy.
Yeah,
shout out to him.
Nigga made a mistake.
And he was telling Roscoe like he couldn't come in. But Wayne walked past and he was like, "What's up, Roscoe?" But I don't know how true it was. I just heard it.
Yeah.
You know, you hear a lot of shit. You heard they said Roscoe my manager, Roscoe my road manager, Roscoe my brother. My mama had no damn Roscoe.
Yeah.
Roscoe.
Let me ask you this. Till we gotta go. Why would Roscoe say you told him to do it? The shooting.
Roscoe ain't said a damn.
You sure?
Roscoe.
How do you know that?
Oh, let me. What he said?
I'm asking you, man.
That's a flip right there,
How long
boy.
is court? Do we know how long the court is? Would you be willing to talk with us after court? Okay.
I didn't take it.
Hey, sir, how long is court?
Yeah, that it's just a small little snippet to introduce us to the topic, but I think he said a lot about Roscoe over the course of this, a lot about a couple other guys. What is y'all thoughts? It's a street.
Have you saw the theory too that Kendrick was dissing Thug on Squabble Up? Have you seen the Kendrick?
I've seen a title of a YouTube video. I haven't clicked it yet.
Yeah, the internet's is going crazy.
I mean, I think like Thug, like the fucked up part about it, what this is Thug done shitted on people for quote unquote doing the same shit, and then it come and he turned niggas, he turned city, he turned whole like he turned everybody against certain people. For you to do that knowing you said that, that's just hypocrisy, and that shit just ain't like.
But he said a lot.
Like it's just like, to me that's fucked up. Like it's just hypocrisy, and it just show you that like I don't see why like people be so worried about street codes and shit, and these niggas who so-called street don't even follow them rules either. And it's like it invalidate, and it fuck it all up. If the street niggas don't even follow the street code, why the fuck are we worried about street code or street anything?
I mean, what they say in sports, they are what we thought they were. And I mean, he called himself a slime, and he a slime ball, and like I called it. I mean, I called this a long time ago. I never really got the hype with Young Thug and stuff, but I didn't like the way he did Gunna, and then to kind of find out with the other recording that he know that Gunna didn't snitch on him, but he had the opportunity.
No, Gunna still snitched.
Gunna made a mistake.
Gunna said YSL is a game when
that's foul, A Black.
That's not snitching.
No,
nobody
is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. How's that not snitching?
Because he didn't say anybody did anything.
No, y'all missing. Y'all missing.
Hey, man, we ain't finna do this.
Now let's not resolve Gunna. Gunna did wrong. We can't say Gunna didn't do wrong.
Gunna wasn't even a street dude in all of this.
Bro,
we gotta look at that too. Gunna was never a street dude.
And they already
making money together, right?
Gunna was a musician.
Clear Gunna's name.
They making money. They making money together, right?
Hey, bro. If we doing something,
so Johnny, if you not a street dude, why you gonna tell him it's a gang? You don't know. You not in it.
Everybody knows a gang.
It's
a label, nigga. It's just my music. It's the label.
Bro, if y'all talking about slat, y'all doing all this stuff, and it was a gang. That's what it was.
I gotta be honest.
That's what it was.
If I'm on trial,
and I'm definitely saying that to get my ass out of jail. Just let y'all know.
Johnny, if I'm on trial for a RICO, and the whole like pending of this case is based off if YSL is a criminal enterprise, and you tell the police, yes, it's a gang. You are foul.
Did he say?
You didn't have to say anything.
He didn't admit that you did anything,
or
though.
did he say yes? It's a criminal enterprise.
That's what you're saying. If it's a gang,
no, they're not the same thing.
He did an Alfred plea. Y'all gotta look at what the Alfred plea is. He just said that.
But my thing is, Johnny, you don't need to do no plea. Let your lawyer handle. Let your lawyer.
What you do?
Let your lawyer.
I'm not gonna sit in jail. Yes, I do. I absolutely have to do this thing.
Johnny,
what are we talking about?
Johnny, if you didn't do anything wrong, why would you sit in jail? You didn't do anything. No, you just said you didn't do anything, right?
Innocent niggas in jail.
No, see y'all. If you're
innocent niggas in jail.
No, but if you're innocent, what did you do to go to jail? Help me understand. You're innocent.
Hang out with your ass.
No, you don't go to jail for hanging out with niggas, bro. I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling.
Place at the wrong time.
He about by the rules,
bro. If we're breaking bread,
yeah,
we are breaking bread. We are breaking bread, and you are monetizing being affiliated with me. Okay, like Gunna Thug was a thing. It's a real like. At the end of the day, Gunna was YSL. He repped the label. He repped the that was a whole thing. And so
we got to go to jail with him too.
No, I didn't say he needs to go to jail. This is what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying.
I'm not a part of this shit.
He can say I'm not a part of it, but you don't have to say it's a gang. That's my only point. Why do you have if you're not in the gang and you haven't done any criminal activity, why can't you just say I'm not a part of anything and I don't know if that's a gang? You don't have to say anything. You don't have to confirm or deny anything. That's my only point.
So they got a Gunna tape of him saying that. The audio.
He signed it. Yeah,
he signed it. It's a written statement.
But you heard it?
Nope.
Nah.
Exactly.
How many Thug tapes have you heard?
Exactly.
A couple of them. They still drop.
Thug, look. We changing the look. Thug is wrong, but let's not say Gunna won't wrong. Gunna was wrong too.
You understand what an Alfred plea is?
Gunna was wrong.
What's the Alfred plea? You're about to give an education. Go ahead. I don't really have a big opinion, but like as I learn more, I can have more. What you were saying that the Alfred plea meant something, right?
Where it says that it's a guilty plea where the defendant pleads guilty to a charge, but also asserts their innocence. Basically, he's saying that there's enough evidence to convict me, but I'm gonna just go ahead and plead. So it's just a personal thing that you're doing to saying that like I might have been a part of this thing. He didn't.
That's literally snitching. You're saying
you're
I'm
admitting
guilty.
You're admitting it's about your own guilt. It has nothing to do. He didn't say anything. He didn't testify against nobody.
You want to tell on
he didn't
other
say
people.
anybody
That's
did
the epitome
anything.
of a
He didn't give
snitch.
no times, no dates. He didn't answer any questions.
My
He
understanding
just signed a plea.
Said was used or could be used inside like the Young Thug case.
What did Gunna say that hurt Thug?
It wasn't used at all. Nothing could be used.
That's what I'm saying.
But he talked to the police and told them YSL was a gang. I don't understand why y'all don't understand why that's like foul. I don't understand that.
This man's super gangster right here, bro.
I know who. I know who not to talk to on this motherfucking title. I already know y'all niggas are gonna go fucking canary birds.
AG. If we do crime together and we both break the law, I'll never tell on you.
No, I don't trust you.
If I didn't break the law,
but what if you benefited from the crime, even though
I didn't break the law? Hey, bro, if we both didn't break the law together,
benefited? What if you enjoyed the spoils of my crime? What if you enjoyed the spoils of my crime?
I can't lie.
I'm not a criminal.
I can't lie about
so you can enjoy the spoils of my crime and then snitch on me? That's hoe behavior. You are a hoe and a snitch.
Bro, you act like Thug wasn't making money off Gunna, like it wasn't a business arrangement either. Like Gunna wasn't signed to this deal. Like he wasn't an artist on this label who was an employee of said label.
Thug on the phone.
Like he was an employee. He was the music. He wasn't the gangster. He wasn't Lil Woody. He wasn't doing none of the drills. He was literally just in the studio making money. They came arrest all the gangster niggas, and my artist creative ass gets arrested with all the gangster niggas. And then I can't say,
Johnny, if you're not a gangster and you're not committing crimes,
but you want me to come in here and make this music with you because I'm fired. That's the problem.
You don't have to tell the cops anything.
I'm in jail and I didn't do nothing.
If I don't believe in the type of person you are, I'm not giving my life up with you. So maybe he know he's slimy, and he's like, I'm about to say what I gotta say to get out of here. They didn't say.
And he didn't even snitch on Thug.
He didn't even say Young Thug did a thing.
He didn't even say
Young Thug is the leader.
But they're saying that the shit is not a gang. So if I'm in court trying to argue that it's not a gang, and you got the cops writing down that, oh no, one of your own is saying it is a gang, that does not help me.
It don't help me if I say it's not a gang, but I got 30 songs that says it is, because that's all they're gonna do. Well,
right, but do you not? I think that it's a weird position, in my opinion. If Gunna is what y'all are saying he is, why would you be doing the gang shit around the artist anyway? Why would you allow him to be implicated to even give any of this shit?
Why wouldn't Thug be like, don't arrest him?
On the street, nigga. Because of like a civilian's supposed to do what the civilian's supposed to do anyway. You shouldn't be or allowing them to know or doing it to him. The whole shit should have just been a music label.
It should have been. I don't disagree.
I don't disagree with
regular
shit.
No.
It's not
Again,
snitching if a civilian just say, "Hey, I'm not a part of the dumb shit these
They were
niggas
doing.
is snitching on these
so
people."
this is where I think the line is, because I don't think Gunna was not a part of benefiting from the image and the lifestyle that was portrayed
He was
through
getting paid
the
for his
label.
music.
So look.
But
If-
what does that mean?
He made
though?
music and he got
There's a
paid
label.
for the music.
So like because of they're doing shit, but I'm just here as an artist during studio time.
Making
But you're not
fire
just here.
music.
But see, I don't think you're just here as an artist during studio time. I don't know
So
the ins and
what do
outs.
we know of Gunna to have ever done?
He don't
What do we
even
know
rap
of
about
anybody
gangster
ever
shit.
like?
I know Roscoe shot Lil Wayne bus.
But that's
Doug and Roscoe said it.
Woody.
Like you know Woody to have been like pretty
Woody.
much be a shooter. Woody like we know what
And Woody got up there and
right.
So
we know what the other niggas
you
did.
telling me because you weren't the shooter doesn't mean you weren't affiliated with the organization.
No,
That's what you think.
What I'm saying is that we don't know Gunner to have did anything. Everybody
Nobody
else
knows anything to do
I'm saying,
anything.
but even-
But you don't have to.
You name
What does talking to the
Hey,
cops have to do with
Q,
anything?
hold on. I
Why
got
are y'all
this.
talking to the cops?
G,
No,
hey,
but
G,
you-
hold on. Time out.
Why
Time
y'all
out.
talking to the cops?
No, time out.
They arrested him.
Lawyer.
G, hey, G,
That
hey,
nigga's
G,
Lawyer talks.
bro.
I don't
G.
talk. The lawyer talks.
bring it back. Hey,
That's
G,
all I'm saying.
hey, G,
The
and
lawyer
we talk.
talks.
Hey, G, we talking about what niggas said. Gunna didn't say nothing. He signed a plea deal. Gunna,
Nigga.
we got recordings of Thug actually saying things and talking
he's
and giving
wrong.
evidence.
No, look, he's
That's
wrong.
so like,
Thug is
but
wrong.
Thug
Thug
is
is
the
wrong.
gangster.
Johnny, Thug
Right.
is
Gunna
wrong.
is not a
Thug
gangster.
snitched too.
I
Thug
mean,
snitched too.
everything fall on
Thug
Thug.
snitched too.
Gunna's not a gangster.
Gunna can't snitch if he a
The
civilian.
gangster snitched more than the civilian, and you're mad at
I
the
disagree.
civilian?
No need to talk to a lawyer. No need to talk to the cops without a lawyer.
Thug did too.
And he's wrong.
So why are we more mad at Gunner instead of
I didn't
Thug?
say more mad. They both wrong. They both wrong.
Yeah,
That's my opinion. They
am
both
I-
wrong.
But if
Am I-
Thug's wrong, then Gunner is absolved.
No, they both wrong.
Yes,
No, but then
They
we
both
have to
wrong.
go down into
Gunner
like
is absolved.
what-
If Thug snitching too, Gunner, it
No.
don't matter if Gunner
Two
snitch.
wrongs
If Thug
don't make a
snitch,
right, Johnny. It's just two snitches.
yes, it
They
do.
both
It gangster
wrong.
shit.
But again, like this is where we get fucked up in the concept of what a thing is, right? Where like so now are we saying that civilians snitch also?
I think I don't know how you a civilian when you are affiliated with the entity that's on trial.
No,
You could just have a record
You're a
deal.
part of the organization.
You could have a record deal.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
was YSL a record label, and could you be signed to it and do music with them?
So why did he say it was a gang? This is my point. Just
Because
say
he
it's a
probably was
label.
doing gang shit at some
All he
point.
had to say was, "I'm just an artist."
Because they sent Lil Woody and
I'm just
Roscoe to do gang shit on.
But Johnny, I'm
No,
not a
but-
part of
but-
that.
but
I'm
if-
not a part of that. I don't know anything about that.
Then
I'm
keep
an
that shit
artist.
away. Listen, if you don't know anything about it, they shouldn't involve you or allow you
But
to have
that's what he said. He didn't admit to knowing anything about the gang shit.
He admitted that it was a gang, and all I'm simply saying is,
And
if
hold on,
I'm an artist,
I'm looking at Gunner's Alfred.
if I'm an
plea.
artist, why am I saying anything is a gang?
And I don't
It's
even see
a
where it say
label.
he
I
was
make
a-
music.
Bro, if you a civilian, say whatever you need to do to get yourself out of shit. I don't give a fuck. In my opinion, if you're a civilian, if you are a person committing the crimes and doing all that shit, then this is when we get into like snitching. To me, in my opinion, it's it's Young Thug, Roscoe, other dude's job to keep him away from it to where he doesn't have an opinion or a statement to say. That's supposed to be the quote unquote rules and etiquette.
Young Thug, the biggest snitch in hip hop history. Like I ain't never heard nobody just lay up on the phone, feet kicked up, got something to say about everybody. If they say snitching, it's chatty patting, whatever.
It's definitely snitching. So it's like
biggest snitch of all.
Doug is wrong, but so is Gunna. That's my only point. Gunna didn't have to say it was a gang.
But is it a gang?
Y'all telling me that he's a civilian? How would he know?
But I'm saying,
It's a
but
gang.
even if he says it's, but G, the one thing you're missing. Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on. Legally, G, the one thing you're missing, even if he says that, it is still on the prosecution to go out and prove it. And you cannot prove that it's a gang just based on one statement. So it's still on the prosecution to go out and prove, which they didn't do. That's why Thug is free.
No, that's not exactly why he's free. They mishandled the trial, the prosecution. They had several missteps. Like the reason why Thug is free is a little different.
Okay, whatever. They didn't convict
and
him.
his plea deal is very like arguably. Some people say he won because he's not locked up. but he's one small step away from being locked up for many years. So like he's not in the clear here. He didn't go to jail. Correct. His plea bargain and his terms, he is one tweet away from going back to jail, bro. Like he can't talk about certain things. He can't be around certain things.
That's why he said Roscoe did it.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Hey, I ain't shoot that bus.
I heard Roscoe. That's what I heard though. Like he was wilding.
Roscoe shot that bus.
Go to Atlanta, man. Young Thug done.
But I ain't know Roscoe and Wayne was beefing, but I ain't shoot the bus.
Yeah, I heard it, but
I heard the bus got shot.
Did you hear him crying about Kendrick not giving him a feature?
Oh yeah, I didn't know that's what stemmed it.
Yeah, that's what started it.
He was talking about Drake. He was talking about Drake the biggest because he was. Yeah.
Hold up. So let me just clarify something, right? let me just clarify something because because in all seriousness, let me help me understand because I'm looking up this Alfred plea shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what I'm reading.
Okay.
He took an Alfred plea to one count of conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization RICO Act. So he took one count of conspiracy to violate the RICO. So he admitted to doing something wrong.
He said, whatever y'all got me on, I did it.
Do we agree on that? That he by taking this plea, he's admitting that he committed a crime, and this crime is conspiracy to violate the RICO, which allows him to plead guilty.
So hold
while
on,
quote unquote maintaining his innocence. Think about that.
So if I say I did something, I'm snitching.
Hold up, let me finish.
If I did it,
let me put down the facts here for a second. Just to make sure we're on the same page. By him taking this plea, he admits that he did something wrong. Do you agree or disagree?
Yes, he did something wrong.
Okay, so here's the thing about snitching, and this is just textbook. This is just textbook.
That means
this is textbook. If you do something wrong and then you go tell on other people, you're snitching.
He told on himself.
I do.
He told on himself.
But
the Alfred plea is telling on yourself.
But the young thug wear a dress. I rest my case.
That's a good point.
Would you tell on anybody? Would you tell on anybody? You would tell on people, right? So no, I'm saying, but the thing is, this is what I have to say.
Now, when you're
listen. Let me finish. If you are a civilian, you don't snitch. But if you're part of that syndicate, you snitching because you shut the fuck up. That's why the Hell Angels sit down and they sit down on shit and they take care of each other because they don't tell on each other. But listen, you can wave your finger like you want to, Johnny.
I just watched look at the mafia. All them dudes snitched.
That don't mean it's right.
The Gambino boy, but that's gangster culture though.
But happened. No.
All of this happened
in the last 30 years. The last 30 years this happened.
So the thing about it is that
Frank
what
Lucas
you just said is the basis of what we all agree on. So I think
Frank Lucas, country ass nigga that goddamn came up there, he was gonna tell anyway because he wasn't part of shit. He had his own shit going on. He wasn't part of a syndicate. He made his own shit, and that's why he told, because he wasn't part of an elite group of things. Anytime you have an elite group, he started that shit. He snitched on. He snitched on his own damn self. So how the hell can you call him a snitch if you told on your damn self?
He called himself a snitch.
He was a snitch on his own self.
I don't know what we are.
I don't look. If you commit a crime the way that Gunna did here, he admitted. And Johnny, as a part of his plea deal, he admitted in that YSL was a criminal gang and its members engaged in criminal activities. Look,
exactly.
If you took a plea and admitted guilt on your end and then added those extra details, you're snitching, bro. I don't know how you can't say that's not snitching.
And you're only listen.
He didn't add those details.
Listen.
Those details were a part of the plea. The details were a part of the plea.
Listen. The whole part of snitching is if you are part of that criminal enterprise and you tell.
Exactly.
If you're not part of that, you're a civilian. A civilian not telling, they telling, they're doing a law-abiding
But the
citizen thing.
civilian's not
Now,
going to take
I
a plea
know
for
that
something they didn't do.
If they get out of,
exactly they're not.
if they get out of,
Unless
but
they're scared of jail.
yeah, but and that's pretty much what the story of what happened with Gunner is it not? Is the fact that he didn't do anything and he went with the Alfred plea so he can be done with the whole thing. Like that was the
Because
idea. Took the Alfred plea, but to my understanding,
testify.
maybe anybody can clarify it, but I've not heard Thug, Roscoe, Woody, or anybody ever say that he's did anything, that Gunner was actually involved in anything, and that he was no more than an actual recording artist that was signed to the label. By my account, that seems like you're a civilian. To me, that sounds
yeah,
like
no, he sounds like a civilian, but the whole thing is just right here. If you don't be part of a criminal shit, pull your ass out of it. I don't know how far in the streets any of y'all have ever dealt in, but you goddamn back your ass up out of shit and get the fuck away from shit. You might think people doing shit, but don't never know nobody doing nothing when you in the street. You understand what I'm saying? If you ain't part of that shit, stay the fuck away from it and you can back out. You might still be cool with them, talk to them, whatever, but you don't put yourself knee deep into the bullshit. And that's what happened.
You don't get YSL tattooed on your body.
No, but, look, it said he acknowledged it as a music label and a game. And he said,
like saying YSL is a label. You can get YSL the
but
label.
He said it was a game, though. He said it was a game.
And
why would you if you knew it was an illegal?
But he didn't cooperate with any police. He didn't testify.
On your body?
He didn't do anything other than acknowledge his role in it.
That's not true, Johnny.
I got a quick question.
Other people committed criminal activities. He said that.
I got a quick question. All right. So
you said other people committed criminal activities in the game.
I'm hearing different definitions of snitching. So, like, all right, if somebody kill your brother and you see him, and then the police ask him,
I'm a civilian. Hey, Black.
So
I'm not a thug.
It sounds like you Gunner then.
Nah. No way.
Gunner,
I don't commit crimes. I don't commit crimes. I don't commit crimes. I don't commit crimes.
Okay, but
so
if you didn't commit crimes,
and I'm not taking pleas.
Gunner didn't commit crimes. Then y'all
no, but Q, he's guilty of he took a deal. That means you committed a crime. I don't know how you don't understand that.
He took a deal to get out of jail,
and he pled guilty to a crime.
But all right,
that don't mean you did it though.
Oh, right.
So
everybody,
a plea is totally different.
Gunner is a man of resources. You think if he can hire a lawyer, his lawyer just gonna let him take some deal that he ain't did nothing?
Come on, man.
He ain't implicated in nothing.
Come on, man.
We're not talking about some low-level dude who can't afford no high-level lawyer.
We really calling Gunner a snitch?
I don't.
By definition,
I think
he gang affiliated.
I think that we would have heard something from somebody.
It don't even have to be.
Everybody gets scared when niggas say 95%. Everybody gets scared.
But hold on, it don't even have to be as serious as what y'all thinking. As far as a crime he committed, they can easily say, "Well, we know you was moving drugs across the country and on your tours. That's interstate trafficking."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and you a part of YSL, and they saying it's not that.
It's not that hard. You got the drink, you got the weed, you got the pills, you got the 8 balls.
Like this is how they get you though. This is literally how they get you.
That's crazy. Like,
that's literally how they get you though.
Steve, and I get you.
Thugs should be in jail then.
Niggas just want to have fun.
We're going on like
should be locked up still.
If we're going on technicalities, because that's what you're saying. All of them smoke weed. He was on the actual tour bus, and because of that, he is now a part.
But anything they can
guns,
sir, any of that.
It spreads beyond just smoking weed.
Think about how y'all are like implicating him. So if he's a touring artist, and the people that was on the bus with him had illegal guns and had drugs, now he's implicated. Now he's a part of the criminal enterprise, even though he's a part of the label who in his job is to just
why didn't he argue that then? Is my point.
Because he didn't go to
because
trial.
he knew he.
Nah, see, that's what I'm saying.
I think
Listen,
he
he
did.
said,
He didn't go to trial
He
for a
didn't want
reason.
sex
Niggas take pleas
trafficking.
for a reason.
Sex
They don't want to go to
trafficking
trial.
Niggas
Sex
take pleas.
trafficking
They don't go to
was the
jail.
biggest thing
No,
that
niggas
could
take
have
pleas
got.
because they don't want to go to
Niggas
trial.
got-
But Q,
niggas take pleas.
I do think there is a
Niggas take
difference.
pleas to avoid trial.
Q, I do think there is a difference of a
Not jail.
person taking a plea who don't have no means to defend themselves, like because they don't have the financial capability to like actually put forth a great defense. A motherfucker who got millions of dollars, man, I ain't taking no plea, bro. They
That
gonna have
shit
to prove I
sounds
did.
good.
They gonna have to
It's
prove
so
I
many-
did that
You
shit.
take pleas
Michael
to avoid
Jackson
the
took
trial,
pleas.
not to avoid jail. Because
Like,
sometimes your
like,
plea includes jail time.
The richest niggas take pleas,
But
even
you,
when
but
they
you, but you
know
don't
that
do it to
that's why
avoid jail.
he has a job.
Man, I
But
ain't
you
taking
can
no
take
plea.
a plea deal and still go to jail. You could take a plea deal and still do time.
Right. You could be
Yeah,
innocent.
you can do.
So what I'm saying is you don't take the plea to avoid jail.
I
You
don't think a
take the
lot of
plea
wealthy
to
niggas
avoid
do
the trial. You take the plea to
Bro.
avoid going through the trial process.
Like Steve, you just painted the perfect reason why you would take a plea, though.
Hey man, y'all
And
niggas,
also not be a part of a criminal enterprise.
y'all niggas
But
gangsters hell.
I'm just saying, you, in my opinion,
It sounds to me like I'm talking to a bunch of dudes that was
And I-
on the street.
G batting
That's all
100
I'm
tonight.
Y'all
He
gangsters
right on
hell.
Drea.
Y'all gangsters
Can't
hell.
nobody ever convince me that
gangsters.
Jalen Green is getting taken advantage
No,
of.
no,
Because I
no,
promise you, if I was 20 years old and came into some money and Drea was 42, I'm sliding in the DMs, bro. Like, that's not even no question.
Yeah, that's
Motherfucker, you
easy
talking about
work.
he getting taken.
I
Easy
give
work.
y'all that one.
Easy
Jay,
work.
Drea
Y'all
fire.
She got the best BBL in the game.
Drea fire.
The perfect
Drea
BBL.
fire. I ain't
Come
say,
on, man. There's no way y'all can convince me.
Shots tonight if that's the metric right there.
There's no way y'all can convince
hey
me
niggas gangsters hell
he
tonight though.
getting
I love
groomed.
this.
Yeah,
I love this.
I'm not
Niggas gangsters hell tonight.
It ain't even about being a gangster. Like hear what I'm saying. You don't need to say anything.
Why you step
Be
out
loyal.
of the street because you
Bro,
don't want no shit like that to happen.
If Gunna ain't never did nothing, I don't care what he
I ain't staying in that jail, bro.
So Q, you're saying if he never did nothing.
Yes, if he never did.
But what we're saying
What do
is
y'all know
he
that he
probably did. But see,
What do y'all know that he did?
I know he took a plea.
never heard
I know what he admitted to. That's what I can go by.
What did he admit to?
He admitted to one count of conspiracy to violate the
saying shit.
RICO.
Right.
He ain't
Period.
say nothing.
Crime.
So what did he do?
And he ain't testify against nobody.
I mean, it's a RICO. It's a RICO.
Ain't no recordings of him
sentenced
saying
to 5 years.
that Roscoe and Wayne had beef. Ain't no recordings of him saying any crazy shit. Ain't no recordings of him talking about exploiting niggas.
But it's a RICO charge. It could be anything. It could be using an organization to procure illegal drugs, illegal guns.
But Steve, even that plea still puts it on the prosecution to prove that it was a gang.
Well,
the prosecution still they can't just use his plea and convict Thug.
But they can use his plea because his plea he
didn't testify. They allowed him to use the Fifth Amendment, so they didn't use his plea.
Hold on.
He didn't do the Fifth Amendment. He took a plea and admitted.
Hold on.
But they said if he wanted to testify, they could have called him to testify, and he could have used his Fifth Amendment. That was part of the plea. If they called him to testify, he could have used the Fifth Amendment. So they actually said you don't have to say nothing in this plea.
In his plea, he say it's a gang, and I committed crimes while I was in the gang. That's what the plea boils
He told
down
on himself.
But
and
a
others,
nigga told on himself, and y'all mad at him.
Johnny, he also said in the plea the members engaged in criminal activities.
But that goes to what the
members,
and that still puts the onus on the prosecution to prove it, which they.
But why are you saying that the members engaged
because
in
I'm
criminal
snitching
activities?
on myself to get out of jail. I'm an artist, and I got to go back on tour.
You can't do gang affiliated stuff. If you're a civilian, that's different.
#1 album. I'm going back on tour because I ain't do shit, and I'm not testifying.
His CEO is in jail, and he don't pay for the tour. First of all, it goes like this right here. If you are not a street dude, and if you wasn't a street dude, why would you put that on there? And even if you saying it's a record label,
why would they sign a non-street dude?
Why not? Because you're talented.
If it's a gang, why would they sign somebody who's a liability?
The problem is that you can also sometimes sign a liability. A liability might be there,
That's
but they
part of
might
the
not.
liability.
That's part of the liability. Yes, it is. But at the same point on it is this right here. You knowing what the hell they doing, you making yourself a liability. You understand what I'm saying? You put yourself into that shit once you start. Anybody in the world knew what the fuck Thug them was doing. It had nothing to do with just this right here. Far as they caught them after years of them doing it. You signed after years of them doing this bullshit. It had nothing to do with
So he
him
shouldn't have
just
signed. He
doing it
shouldn't have
right
took
there.
the money because
He,
they gangsters.
he should no, he should
Hell
not have
nah,
took
he
the
shouldn't have
money.
signed.
He's
Correct.
a pussy. He's a
Correct.
pussy.
Correct.
Pussy.
Don't
Pussy
take the
ass
bread.
niggas don't hang around real niggas. That's the way
Exactly.
it is. The
Let them know.
pussy ass
Let
niggas
them know.
don't hang around with.
Let them know. Let them know.
I'm, I'm,
Let them know.
but to me, I think that the weirdest like judge of character in that whole scenario would be, why would real niggas do crime around pussies? Like, to me, like, that's the whole thing.
Let me explain something. How that happened. I'm going to explain to you how it happened.
Like,
The reason niggas see you a liability. Nigga, we're killed. You might get off, but you might have a hot ass album. And we all know what happened when you a hot artist and you get off. That's more money to us. Shut the fuck up.
That's why you
Yeah,
supposed to
Q,
protect the
Q,
artist.
yo, Q.
That's why you supposed to protect the artist, bro. That's why you supposed to protect that. Like, what you talking about? You gonna sign a nigga?
Let me answer the question real quick. Here's why they brought this nigga on, and I think this is what's showing
imagine
in real
just
time.
not doing crime around a nigga.
But look, this
How hard
is
is that? That's
He
not
didn't have his own tour bus.
no. This is what's happening. This is what's happening.
that hard. What the
This
fuck
is-
are you talking about?
this
If
is
you
what's
know
happening.
He a
Supreme
pussy.
and y'all are doing crime, just not do the crime around a nigga.
Look, this is what's going on.
Said
This is
once
what's
you-
going on. This is.
Like, Young Thug was a top 5 artist of the decade.
You
But look,
put
but no, but
t-shirts
see,
in.
this is.
Had
But
enough resources to do this shit.
but
Like,
I'm
I
trying to
don't
dodge
understand what you're
accountability for
I
Thug.
think what we finding out though,
Right,
the reason
that's
why.
the thing, like, we gonna blame Gunna and not Thug for doing crimes around the nigga that y'all are saying he's a pussy and
No,
green.
both of these niggas
That's
are
crazy.
snitches.
But we're talking about gangster shit. One of them's a civilian. One of them's a gangster.
Y'all keep calling him a civilian. I don't understand that.
What do you know that Gunna did?
I
Until
know he
then,
pleaded
I'm
guilty
calling
in
him
court. He pleaded guilty in
Sir,
court.
he just-
As a civilian.
No,
What we talking about?
I don't understand that.
Fucking
Let me tell you
civilian.
what
I don't
Gunna
understand
did.
that.
Listen. No. I'm great to tell y'all what Gunna did. Gunna had his own tour bus, didn't he?
I don't know that.
He
I
had
hope
his own
so.
tour bus.
He probably
He
No,
had his
I-
own tour bus.
He
No,
probably
listen.
should have.
He pled guilty,
If
wrote a
he
statement,
had his own
said
tour
they
bus,
were a
right?
gang, and
And
committed
on
criminal
tour-
activities. That's what he did.
Exactly. But listen. If you had your own tour bus, or even if you there, when you are out there touring like that, what you doing is you collecting hoes. You got hoes from this place, that place, or whatever. Now what you doing is sex trafficking. Now you don't want to get in that bullshit. You get drug shit, you get sex trafficking, all this shit. He didn't want to get in there. I'm sure he had plenty of hoes on that bus with him. You know what I'm saying? So with him taking a hoe from one state to another, now you sex trafficking because them bros ain't on there for free. So
And look,
And I ain't
the whole thing about Thug is that if you really think about it, Thug.
Hey, you know you can't put
haven't
Taboo on the big screen, bro.
You
You know
haven't
you can't
seen
put Taboo
Thug
on the
come
big
through with really no
Shut up,
music
bro.
here
on
recently.
the big screen. This no hat
No
comedy.
music recently.
Nigga, Camu, back up, man. Yeah, get up off the camera like
I'm
that,
just
dude.
saying, maybe he might
I
have
don't
been
know if
doing
your
it. I'm
shit
not saying he
pixelated
did
or
it.
you
I
ain't
don't
comb
know
your
he
hair
did it,
today,
but
man.
he might have
That
been
shit-
doing it.
That nigga face in 4K, that nigga hair still buffering, bro.
We got chill on my back. We got chill.
The hairline still buffering.
Relax.
Hey,
We
man,
got chill on
at least you would turn your camera on. I ain't never seen
Hey, man, you know I come on
got-
after the show. I come on after the show, man.
Hey, Camu, tell that man to turn his camera on, Camu.
I'm too important in the world,
Camu,
man.
say it.
Too important in the world.
We ain't talking that.
You never would, bro. You never would.
Tell him turn the camera on, Camu.
Boy, y'all don't know.
You never would.
You picking at an avatar, bro. We can't look at this black and white avatar.
Real.
You don't need to see it. They don't
He's
need
got a
to see it.
Lambo. Steve got a Lambo. That's why he ain't fucking with y'all. Steve has a
All right,
Lambo. Real
Steve
shit.
back
all right, fellas.
Arby's right now.
We're gonna move on to the next meme. I
Ooh,
think that
that's
we
funny.
have exhausted this one. We've argued with each other enough. Let's go to this. This is new news, and we can tie this back into some of the education conversation if y'all eventually want to talk about it. But this is new news out of Florida. What is y'all?
The Florida Department of
Bro,
Health
look like he got that Johnson & Johnson.
governors
Shut the fuck up.
vaccine mandates. All of them. All of them. Every last one of them is wrong and drips with disdain and slavery.
I'm gonna play that again. Just make sure y'all heard.
The Florida
Hold on. What
Department
the
of
fuck?
Health, in partnership with the governors, is going to be working to end all vaccine mandates in Florida law. All of them. All of them. Every last one of them is wrong and drips with disdain and slavery. The Florida Department
I
of
don't like
Health.
that last part. I don't like that
They
last part.
need to
Hey,
find
hey,
a vaccine
hey, hold on.
for
I don't think they
those
had. I don't think they had
guys.
vaccines during slavery.
Fellas, really quick. Let's start to get some version of like a semblance of a conversation because
I'm
we
sorry.
all at each other inside the gunner one. But now let's try and like have dialogue for a little bit. We'll do it this way. We'll go reverse. We'll go Steve, Kamu, Johnny, A Black, and then G. I'll put a minute on the clock just to give you your early quick takes, and then we'll have some version of a dialogue. But yeah, Steve, start with us, then we'll go down.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. You would think a place like Florida, where the population is disproportionately older, they'll care a little bit more about public health than like the average place. Also, I think because of COVID, people got weird ideas about vaccines. Like prior to COVID, vaccines is not a moneymaker. Like it don't make money for companies to produce vaccines. The only reason they made money during COVID is because, it was a pandemic.
Yeah,
So it's like when people say, oh, it's an incentive to make a vaccine, it's really not, because it's one of the lowest, because if it do what it's supposed to do, it's cheap and you take it and eventually you get immunity for it. So I think COVID kind of broke people's brains about like normal public health stuff, and this idea that there's not going to be some people who are allergic to a vaccine or whatever the case may be. It's kind of wild. It's gonna be side effects to everything, but also,
right, Steve, I gotta stop you. We gonna hit that minute mark.
Okay, my bad. Y'all got it.
Talk to us.
Yo, he talking about they gonna do something on vaccine. All right, do it. All right, kill all them old fuckers down there. All right, I'm an old fucker my own self, but I ain't in Florida. I don't give a damn about them motherfuckers. You goddamn kill off all them. The majority of them, it ain't us. You know what I mean? You kill off all them old bastards. Who the fuck cares? All right, do it. We got some old motherfuckers gone. Goddamn, get the new Florida fucked up anyway. Who cares? Fuck them. That's my opinion on it.
All right,
great take. I like it.
All right, Kamu, how do you feel about vaccines, or do y'all have vaccine mandates in South Africa? Talk to us, brother.
Yo, how's it, fellas? Nah. Would never happen, bro. Vaccines are out here to kill, bro. They're out here to kill. And I think you should reject that nonsense. The last time we had it was obviously the COVID one, but yeah, but people still rejected it even during the fake pandemic, So yeah, bro. I mean, you should reject that nonsense.
So, do they have mandates over there they do or don't have mandates in South Africa?
Nah.
No vaccine mandates.
But
like when you're born.
But I think for
they got
they got to get the malaria.
Them niggas getting that malaria was eating them niggas up, bro. They getting that malaria shot, bro. Stop it. Stop lying.
Johnny, go ahead.
No.
Hey, they gotta take something, bro.
But Johnny, go ahead. You
okay. Not like what I'm saying. Hey, the first thing I ain't like what he said about slavery. I don't even think they had vaccines during slavery, so I don't know where he was going with that. But I'll also say this: I think vaccines are like we can't just go completely away from them because vaccines have been very important in eradicating certain diseases amongst like populations as far like malaria, polio. There's been certain things where like tuberculosis, there where vaccines have helped. Now I know there's studies about autism and we might need to, look at it and make sure they're still safe. But as far as just no vaccine mandates, with that. I think certain people should get certain things. Like I think your kids should have the polio, the mumps, and I forgot all the vaccines you got to get as a kid. But I think motherfuckers should probably still get that shit because I've seen cases where the mumps and stuff are starting to come back, and then now they got to quarantine kids. And
what's the vaccine that eliminated the chicken pox? Kids do not get the chicken pox no more. It's kind of crazy. But I remember
they don't get the chicken pox no more.
No, when was the last?
No, I had the chicken pox when I was young, but I ain't seen nothing since
I
then.
had the chicken pox.
I had to take that oatmeal bath for sure.
Oh, the calamine lotion.
This kid, calamine. Yeah, it's calamine. Yeah,
calamine lotion. They cover your shit with that shit.
Y'all still be getting chicken pox over there?
Yeah, for sure, bro. But
they got monkeypox over there.
Might need a mandate.
Hey,
but you might need a mandate.
Keep it together.
Hey, but y'all know if you go to Africa, there's certain vaccines.
We gotta keep it together. We gotta keep it together. Black.
Yeah. So to the beginning of Johnny's point, I think what the dude was saying about slavery was like how they use like shit to be more experimental on us, and so that's how they're taking the perspective of the vaccines. Is like now it's gotten to the point they just making shit. Because like G was saying, now they can make money off of it. So if you create these new vaccines, test them out on people. So maybe that's that thing, because it's funny. In the woke community, the conscious community, for years they've spoken against like vaccines and we'll need this stuff. But then kind of when it's starting to come from this conservative Florida man perspective, now it's like
it is very interesting,
diabolical and stuff. So I think it's some truth to both sides. I think some vaccines have proven to change the course of health history and prevent a lot of shit. And I think some vaccines prey on people's fear, and you can use that to like infect a large amount of people. And I think they saw that with COVID. Is like if we make fear enough, we can put anything into them.
Gotcha. G.
Yeah, I say I think it was Steve and Johnny brought up these points. I think it is fair to say that there have been some recent sort of events related to COVID, neurodivergent diagnosis related to autism, etc. That there are a lot of people who believe that vaccines somehow played a role in these outcomes. And so, whether that's true, false, what science says is another conversation. But I think that there's a real skepticism there. But that said, I feel like not having mandated vaccines is just, very inconsiderate to the general public when you consider when you consider how easily stuff spreads and like you said, old people, unhealthy people, and how many people are unhealthy in America. Like if we have an outbreak of something like one of these things with unhealthy as we are as communities as a whole, it's gonna knock out a lot of people. So I think you want to have, like you said, some sort of mandate to some degree, but I don't think it's fair to like discount people's skepticism. And so maybe you can give people the right to have waivers and things like that if they choose to practice, but then they might lose access to certain things. Like if you go that route, you know what I'm saying?
You're talking about with the education thing. I will say, I think one of my favorite things is seeing like some of our OGs and the unks like stumble over like language and where like shout out Kofi. Kofi said the gay homos.
We can't say that.
That's a double negative.
Old as hell, man. That's not he must didn't read his latest Democratic pamphlet. I don't know how the Democrats got him talking like that.
Say that.
But, hey, Joe Biden would be ashamed.
I fuck with
my boy.
Gay homos.
Kofi the homie, but that was funny to me.
Kofi let Biden down on that one.
Gay homos. But
that's my new word. That's what I'm calling them.
You was itching.
Hold up, that's a double entendre, isn't it?
Yeah. No. I I wanted to say that there are mandatory vaccines. I remember now. The newborns have they take some shots to prevent some of the some of the things, and also in other um different parts of Africa like Malawi and Mozambique, they have huge cases of malaria. So obviously they take malaria shots in those areas. But in South Africa specifically, newborns they take vaccine shots. I don't know for what specifically, but they do. Also coming back to the chicken pox, yeah, we had it. I mean, I was born '95. I had it. I didn't have it, but like my peers had it, and these kids now they don't have it anymore. So
No.
You wait,
yeah, that's it.
wait.
I wanted
So
to I wanted to ask.
How old
I
were
wanted
you
to
when you
ask.
had chicken
I
pox?
wanted
I'm
to ask.
sorry. How old were
hey, Kamu, so you said you never had it though?
No, I never had it, but my
How
peers
you
had
know
it.
about calamine
People
lotion
are,
then?
Yeah.
my mates.
Doesn't that mean that you're more susceptible to whatever?
They applied it though.
No. I think that like if you don't get chickenpox when you
No,
get
no.
older, you're more.
Now, yeah, so
You're
I
more
never had it
susceptible
either. I
to,
never had it either, but I
yeah,
did
both
get the
are
vaccine.
Y'all
susceptible.
boys got to go outside.
But I
touch
got the
grass.
vaccine when I was like 12 or
Well, you got
something
the
like
vaccine,
that.
and that's cool.
Exactly.
But no, there's a grown up like there's an older people
There's a
disease
vaccine.
Shingles.
that shingles. That's what it is. Shingles. If you didn't get chicken pox, you can get shingles pretty much.
I thought it was the
But if you
opposite.
had,
I thought if you had chicken pox.
no.
No, I thought if you had chicken
No,
pox,
you
could
have
get
the
shingles.
immunity built up in the system.
Chicken pox is just way worse for an adult than it is for a child. It's
Probably shingles.
It's
That's
bad.
one of the reasons why when you
Oh,
were
so if I
younger,
had
I
chicken
don't know
pox, I
if y'all
can't get
generation, but
shingles.
when you had chicken pox, they would take you around other kids that had it so you could get it so it wouldn't be messed up. I'm just sorry. I apologize.
You're right. That's what happened with us. We like I remember being on off Freedom Drive and we all had a chicken pox party.
Chicken pox.
Yeah, that's
party. That's what they
crazy.
used to call
That's
them.
nuts. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they would
crazy.
do.
I
Do
know.
that, but it
I
was
know.
that-
That's crazy though. Like to make your kids sick. Just like let me get this out the way real quick.
But see, chicken pox wasn't really sick back then. If you had a mild form of it, you weren't sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't gonna die from the chicken pox. You're gonna itch a little bit.
You're gonna itch a little bit. You put the lotion on, and 2 days
The
later.
worst part the worst part of chicken pox for a male is them bumps on your balls. That's it.
What?
I had my shit so young. I don't even
Might have
remember the
been
bumps
chicken
there.
pox. Huh?
I think that was something else, dog.
Yeah, Unc had something else.
No, I'm just saying, not around, not quite
you
but
might
I'm
want
saying
to.
around
There was a shot for
area.
that too, Unc.
No,
that was something
I
else.
don't know. You might just want to relax at this point. Just silence might be the best option
okay,
here.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that alone, but I'm just saying it wasn't quite for your balls, but it was around your thighs, and when you get it like that.
You know, sometimes silence go a long way. You still trying to
You gotta
explain
plead
it. You
the
gotta
fifth,
just
Unc.
let
1,
it. Just
2,
gotta
3,
let it
4,
fizzle out.
I'm gonna plead for 500 on that one. If I think what y'all talking about. But no, I was a child. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that when I was a child because you know what I'm saying. I still have the scar on my neck from when my
I
first
thought he was gonna
chicken
say
pox
something else.
came. You know what I'm saying? But it was everywhere, and it wasn't really quite. I'm not gonna go quite there, but I'm just saying the chicken pox was bad. It was
Yo, when
like
he
for
said he had the scar, I was about to go crazy.
Oh,
I was
no.
like, yes.
What is Kofi talking about?
Oh,
Everybody
man.
gave a fair and balanced point about vaccines, and niggas is Republicans for like saying, "Hey, we think you should take vaccines, but we understand people's skepticism." That's essentially what everybody said on the panel.
Steve, I'll say this. Kofi, call in.
Call it Kofi.
But if not, let's just engage with what's happening on the screen.
He gonna come in here with a lie.
Yeah.
My bad if I came to y'all with some bullshit. It sounded like some bullshit. But it wasn't right there. It was around your thigh area. That's what I'm
okay,
saying.
Unc. Hey, look. Whatever y'all had going around back then.
It hurt, man. That's some hurting shit.
They got penicillin shots for that. They just
man, you need penicillin shots.
Hey, leave me alone. I had to get that one in there, bro.
All right, fellas. So,
yeah, go ahead on. Sorry, I apologize.
I'm gonna lead us to
y'all got me on that one.
Y'all hear me?
I can't even say no Diddy or nothing like that. Goddamn it. G told me shut the fuck up, and I'm shut the fuck up.
So we can get through this. All right, so we're gonna make our way to our last our last meme. Shout out Gigi sent this in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And yeah, let's watch it and we'll talk about it. Is this a thing? Is this not a thing? Does this matter? Does this not matter? After this, we're gonna start the other way. So we'll start with G.
Can't hear it.
Oh, y'all can hear it?
I don't think it got no sound.
No, it has sound. Do this. Maybe this works. If it doesn't, then we'll just watch them and then I'll narrate it.
So,
Can y'all hear it?
Yeah. Turn it up.
No, I don't hear it. So you might have to narrate it, Q.
I thought I heard it for a second.
These niggas think we stupid,
Right,
man.
so nonetheless, it sounded like y'all said y'all couldn't hear it.
Yeah, we couldn't hear it.
All right, so what was said was, and what was shown was a video of the U.S. Navy blowing up a boat from Venezuela that they
Play
said
the part where they blew the boat up.
their Ragua or what, however you say it, and it had illegal, it had illegal drugs on it.
Hey, show the part where they blew the boat up though. Just that part. I don't think that had sound.
No, all of it had sound. I can show it though.
Just so we can
let me mute it. But yeah, nonetheless, Trump pretty much he just comes on and he says that we blew them niggas up. That's pretty much it.
That's basic.
But yeah, I'll let it keep playing. But
yeah, unmute the thing.
Can y'all hear that? All right, can y'all hear it?
Yeah, now we can.
Oh shit! All right.
I don't hear nothing.
I don't hear it.
Hey, Black, you can hear that?
Oh no, I don't hear nothing.
I'm like, yo, I don't know, man. These niggas hear something, man.
So what we're watching right now is the boat getting blown up. It's about to blow up. They sent the bomb from the Navy ship of Trinidad Aragua's gang. It killed 11 of them. They said that it had illegal drugs on it as well. This was something from Venezuela. It was a boat coming from Venezuela.
Now, I'll
as
say
part of, I guess, Trump's initiative, the Navy has put out maybe like 3 or 4 different ships. Since he's designated, what is it? Trinidad de Agua, like international terrorist groups or something like that. And maybe this deals with inside that space. I'll throw it to G first. This is also the meme that he sent in. So yeah, talk to us, brother.
Yeah, it's a few things. I'll say 2 things that I think are interesting to me in this. One, like that was just a boat with drugs, respectfully. Like to just off 11 niggas traveling on a boat with drugs is crazy. No trial, no like arrests. Nah, we killing niggas on the water. Like, nah, fuck that. We just shooting niggas on boats. I think that's kind of crazy, personally. From there, it's an escalation of the tension between the U.S. and Venezuela. And Venezuela is allies with China and Russia. And so it's just something to keep an eye on as the dust settles from this and see how folks respond. But I don't know how you strike a boat because they have drugs, bro. Like they didn't even like that is a very I find that criminal. I don't know how you can get away with that act just because you're on a boat with drugs. Like you can't arrest me first. We can't go to court, like no trial. Like that's crazy.
Well, I think that's a part of the Trump's designation of them being terrorist group to where now they can quote unquote take more extremist measures.
Well, no questions asked.
Right. Yeah.
Nah.
Insurgents. He put the insurgent tag on them pretty much.
My thing is like, why does any of this matter? Why would we believe it? The video could be some AI shit that easily could be made. Like just a random fucking boat with a little explosion, and they like do a news conference. Like it seemed like some movie, TV show bullshit propaganda. Like, oh, we blew up Venezuela's boat. There was some drug dealers on there. Like, why y'all dropping the missiles on drug mules? Like even if that was drug mules, they nobodies crossing the water, so what are you really
Well,
doing?
not very true. Like at minimum, you seen them, you could have just arrested them.
But we can't prove none of this shit. It's like y'all just like hopping on the news, like this is what we did today. We bombed some boat in Venezuela. I'm like, okay, what? All right,
That's crazy.
Back to Love Island, nigga. We don't know what you talking about.
Yeah, no, I think that's crazy. And I also think another important part is they were in like international waters. They didn't even cross over into American waters, which I think if you're gonna bomb them, especially with military assets, the Hellfire missile it costs like 150 to 200,000 to shoot that one of them motherfuckers, and that's American taxpayer dollars. And I think that's just overkill for like basically like a gang or something like that. And I think you definitely I think definitely doing that it's a dangerous, precipice to set. Because then what if this is American people, to have out there and yeah, you can't just, use military assets for some gang shit in international waters before they even get to America. I think that's also crazy because yeah, like who's to say they start shooting at Americans when we out there?
I ain't going. Shit.
This is the same tricks that America has been using for years, bro. I often tell people in my country when America hits us with terrorism and all of those things that not people who suggest that now we need to act better so that America can be a little bit more gentle on us. I'm like, there's nothing you can do, bro, for America to respect you. America has a military base, bro, in a neighboring country, Botswana. I often tell my people that if America wants to blow us up, it will without nobody's permission. They don't give a fuck. Americans are bullies, bro. So what had happened there? It's just their normal modus operandi. They do that when they want to, and no one will mess with them. But there's an interesting curve to this. I don't know if you saw it last night. There was a military parade in China. China was flexing, and bro, if I may tell you, China's not fucking playing, bro.
Man, we ain't worried about China.
China
man.
ain't fought nobody. China ain't ready for
respect.
Stop.
Y'all not worried about China.
What war has China fought? They couldn't even beat Taiwan. Taiwan got a.
The thing about America,
not really worried. Like China
they not battle tested.
They're the biggest threat.
They not battle. Americans been in Iraq.
We can cripple their whole economy.
Listen, this is the thing about America. We crazy enough to actually use the shit. Like they go flex it. We'll use that shit.
Ask Japan.
We blew the fuck up out of Japan. Like it's really crazy.
Tear down them fucking Great Wall. Turn that bitch
Japan.
Even we was like, oh, that was a little too much. Like we was like,
hey, y'all crazy for real.
We know we're gonna do it like that.
Yeah, for sure. But be that as it may, all black, you still don't want smoke with China, bro. China's not playing.
But they don't want smoke with the U.S.
China won't smoke with
us.
Exactly. But as things go, as things go, U.S. is provoking them. Venezuela is their ally. They had a
China provoking the U.S. China's provoking the
U.S.
They're threatening Taiwan.
Why, bro?
That's our ally.
Taiwan. They're doing shit over in the waters. No. Like they doing shit too. You seen these motherfuckers? Hey, y'all remember them shits flying in the sky? Y'all remember them shits flying in the sky last year?
But G, what business? Man, what business does America have in Taiwan,
China, bro? We are not scared of China.
That's our ally.
Like, we be more scared of Russia than China.
Taiwan is one of our allies. What? It's just the facts.
I don't think you guys saw that parade, man. Did you see it?
A parade?
Americans are takers.
We had a parade yesterday. We had a parade on Monday. Like
parade. Five niggas, man. We don't care about that shit.
China is not playing, bro.
All them niggas is 5'5".
America will take whatever they make.
America just shot down Venezuela boats for fun, for practice.
Come on.
What we talking? We talking about China's military? We shoot shit out the water for fun.
Johnny, you think Venezuela won't? You think there won't be any pushback
From Venezuela?
What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
From Venezuela?
I mean,
What are they gonna do?
I'm just asking.
Venezuela is not.
What
That
are they
guy's
gonna
a
do?
fucking communist, bro. You think there's not gonna be a
They ain't got
pushback?
no nukes. What they gonna do?
What are they gonna do?
If you ain't got no
How do you
nuke,
know
you
that?
can't do
And they
I
not
mean, what
nothing.
are they gonna do, Kamu? What they gonna
Kamu, what are
do?
they gonna do?
We know. We
How do
got
you
What are
know
they gonna
CIA
do?
that?
everywhere. We got
They,
CIA
bro,
everywhere.
I am
They
not
might try
scared
to
of
fuck up. What?
Venezuela.
I guess they gonna try to fuck up Puerto Rico or something, huh? They can't do that.
One
What
thing that
We
they
got the
gonna do?
Caribbean,
Swim
you
over
Cuba.
there,
don't
Camus?
understand
They gonna
Not even
swim
right
getting
over
here.
close.
there?
They not even getting
Listen,
close.
We'll shoot their ass in
Hey,
international.
hey,
Like, come
hey,
on,
you
man.
guys.
You know how
Hey,
many bases?
I
You
don't
know how
hey,
even
many
man.
agree with
bases
what
we
we
got in the
did, but I ain't
Caribbean
scared of
and
Venezuela.
South America? You know how many bases we got in that
What?
part of the world?
whole lot
Ask
in
Panama what we'll do.
Philadelphia,
Venezuela is
and
toast.
nobody
We
said
took
a word.
Okay,
Panama.
you
Ask
guys use all
Panama.
of this
30
talk,
years
man.
ago, they
Ask
put a
Wow.
Panama.
whole lot in
I don't
Philadelphia,
even
Okay.
like
and
America,
everybody
and I
shut
wouldn't
the
fuck with us.
fellas, really quickly.
You know,
I think this would be a good time to end on a funnier note. I just want to let everybody know that the diaspora AI wars have started. All right. So I'm gonna share a couple of these, and I'm gonna allow y'all to give y'all perspective afterward. Y'all just let me know what y'all think. This came across my timeline. Shout out to D. He sent me a meme, and these start popping up. The diaspora AI wars is here. Let me know what y'all thoughts are.
It's muted. It's too bad
God,
the sound ain't working, man.
God damn it! All right, hold on. Y'all keep talking shit, and I'm about to figure this out. Real quick. Go ahead.
Well,
Yeah,
what you
man.
want to talk shit about? On how much
Y'all,
we
y'all,
step
y'all was
on?
just arguing
How
about
much we
Venezuela.
step
Go ahead.
on
I
Venezuela?
think
Let's go
people
to Steve next. Let's
misunderstand
go to
like
Steve next.
what's the like America been trying to manufacture consent to invade Venezuela for like the last like 20 years.
They
Like
got so much oil.
from a resource
Hmm.
standpoint, from
Got
a
so
strategic
much oil.
standpoint, and just the relationship that they have to what America considered to be their enemies is in American
Hmm.
government eyes is an untenable situation. Like, so but you can't get
Hmm.
the American populace to sign off on just, oh, we gonna invade it just cause. You gotta trick the American populace into telling them they bringing fin across the border and all that type of crazy stuff. So it's just
Hey,
it's just
hey, Steve, I don't even think you got to go that far no more. I think Americans just know what America is, and like I think there's people that are just accept the bullshit reasons just because we know the
No.
military-industrial complex that we
But
have
Johnny,
in this country.
there
It
has been
funds our
no,
economy,
Johnny.
so shit like that is
No.
beneficial to us as
Steve
a
is onto
country.
something. No, Steve is onto something. There has been pushback on Iraq.
I
There's
I
been
I,
pushback on
I
Afghanistan and all of those guys. So Steve is onto something in
I
terms
think a
of
lot of
government
Americans
selling the.
I think a lot of Americans
Yeah, go ahead.
after the war on terror and that left a bad taste in people's mouth because years later we found out that that was a war that we fought completely based on the lie, and so now I think Americans have some type of apprehension towards anybody who pushing for war, and that's why you got to have a good story to manufacture the consent to get the consensus. Because if you don't,
Yeah.
it's politically suicide to push any type of like new war.
Hey, let me just throw one thing out there.
Whoa, yeah.
The
I
U.S.
got something.
operates 76 military facilities across Latin America and the Caribbean. Nigga, that's more than the states we got. Okay, we got 76 military facilities in
That's
Latin
South
America
America,
and
really.
the Caribbean.
The
What is
United
Venezuela going to do?
the
What is
United
Venezuela going
States
to do?
the United
But Steve, I got a question too. Hey, Steve. Like, but you think like even like this invasion of what we're doing in Venezuela, you think most Americans think it's like a credible threat, or you think Trump's just going out there reflecting? And
I
we're
think a lot of
but
Americans
nobody's pushing back against it
I think
really.
a lot of Americans
Y'all hear
do
that?
fall for that line of
Yeah, I
they
Yeah,
heard a little.
bringing
yeah.
drugs across the border
We need
and poisoning poor little white folk with drugs and they dying from overdoses.
You
That
think most
is a
people
very
believe it?
sympathetic message to a lot of Americans.
You think
And if a
most
lot
people?
of Americans believe that, they'll in they mind,
A lot of conservatives eat it up.
they eat that up. And that'll give now you got political power or whatever you want to call it to actually wage whatever type of interventionist policy that you want to wage in Venezuela. Like
Well, I
you
mean,
think
It's
about
not.
no, I
It's
get it,
not
but
about the
I don't know.
American,
I don't know how much like the American public actually
but
believes it's a true threat. You think most people
but
believe it's a threat?
Conservatives, a lot of conservatives.
Just overall though in America.
On fentanyl, the world gonna end for America. But DMX dying for fentanyl, nobody give a fuck. See, that's the problem is that once shit hit them, then it become a whole nother issue and problem. Now, you see what I'm saying? When crack was an epidemic with black people, it was drug addicts. But once they found out about the heroin situation, all of this fentanyl and all this shit going with white people, you see what happened. Now it don't be it's not an epidemic no more. Now it's a disease. It's a wording with shit and it's different people that do different things. Now, with them doing what they did with that right there, that ain't shit. Like I said, 30 years ago, they blew up, 40 years ago, they blew up a whole block in Philadelphia for black people being dirty. That's all it was. They was being filthy people. They were dirty people. And they were crazy out the mind. If you look at, that's what it was because the house that was around them, the houses that was around them, this is all facts. This is all facts.
Definitely got the E and J on deck tonight. Got to.
Listen what I'm saying to you.
You said they got bombed because they was dirty. That's hilarious.
Take a bath, nigga.
Now they might have lived on the wild side. I don't necessarily disagree there.
Listen what I'm going to say to you. The houses that was next to them, because I listened to it on NPR and I listened to people that were actually there and stuff. They was like they had to sleep in sleeping bags and stuff like this because these people were just what you call composting or whatever. They just go and throw all their trash in the backyard. So they had to
composting.
You know what I'm saying?
Niggas shit on composting.
These motherfuckers just throwing trash out in the backyard. So if you they next to a neighbor, roaches and rats and all types of things coming into your house. You know what I'm saying? And then for a couple of days, they sat there and they just had around Christmas time that year, they sat around for 3 or 4 days just with a bullhorns all around their house. And for damn near 3 days, just hollered shit. Oh, we this, we that, so and so, whatever. Free this person, so and so, whatever. I don't know who they were, but I'm telling you, everything I'm saying right now, y'all might be laughing at me, but this is all the truth. That's why they bombed them for being fucking dirty, and nobody said anything.
Well, there was also a political reason that was encompassed with it as well. But we get what you're saying. They made it to where they were untenable as both political actors and as just human beings.
Yeah. They want
got them AI joints.
Let's round this off, and I think that we got volume now. And
okay,
again, I just wanted to turn y'all up really quickly. See if I can get somebody pissed off.
I know y'all laughed at me. And Steve, if I had ENJ, that mean you got them on that weak ass Hennessy.
Okay, my name is Professor Aaron B. Lenny, and I am here to tell you that this is our lane.
I'm putting colorful feathers on mine. Yours is pretty, girl. I think I'll add some pennies to mine.
Oh, that's rude.
We don't trust no damn DNA, but if you happen to have taken yours through Ancestry, show the pan goofies just the matches. Do not show them the origins. Oh, you demon!
I don't think we could actually.
All he is a demon.
I don't know.
Stop lying on your grandma, you demon!
Yeah.
Hey, leave Big Mama out this, bro.
I'll use the white man's source.
Here are your books from white racist pseudo explorers from the 1500s.
Thanks. And now where were we?
All right. I guess here's another one. Like I said, I just stumbled across this.
That you pan goofies claim I don't have is right here. That's what's up. Can I have a look? Nah, you got to do your own research.
That's the one.
Right. Let me see if I can get it.
The African Methodist Episcopal Church. Born in bondage, now I own a church. Only God could bring a man this far. Can you believe they're building a church on our land? Right? I'm going live on TikTok to tell everyone. Sharif Bashir's about to drop. Black power, freedom. I went on job.
Fred Hampton, that brother be speaking truth like thunder.
And he only 21. Mind sharper than most of these grown men out here.
He not no real chief though.
God.
What are we gonna do about this?
Yeah.
Nothing. At least not till we
He not no real chief though.
Hey, that's all right. Leave them boys alone, Quick Q.
Oh boy.
Leave them boys alone.
I personally don't have I don't have a dog in the fight.
Hold on, no, yes you do. Yes you do. Why you doing that? Why you doing that?
Listen,
in the show for you get us in trouble, man. Go ahead.
But this is what I will say. I think that FBA, y'all have a week to respond. Give me the week.
Listen, no.
We need some pan goofy AI videos.
yeah. So listen, FBA, listen, y'all got a week. Send me them because these ones right here, this little account that I just stumbled upon is hilarious. We need the responses. We need the responses. Send it to me. We'll watch them next week.
Why you do that? Why you do that?
I don't even like laughing at this. They watching us, Q.
Why you doing that? Okay, I'm bringing the Warriors next week. All right, we coming. We coming strong. We gonna stand on your goddamn neck next week, nephew.
Warriors come out and play.
Can't wait.
Hey, why Afro Black always go out when I come in?
Oh damn.
Every time I come in.
I don't know.
Hey, now he gave us 3 good ones though.
No, he stayed. This is the
Pause.
longest he stayed since I've been watching.
All right, so nonetheless, we'll probably take at the after show.
I got another one. I got my Warriors on here now. Y'all don't do us like that now.
Listen, round the Warriors up and get them to make the AI videos. So
but my question is, who's making them?
I can go to the thing. I literally ran across this. G sent something earlier today, and I was like, oh, shit, did you see this? I just posted it. But again, all I'm saying is that FBA.
Hey, all them FBA boys cold. They better have some fire.
I think that y'all response is gonna be funny. I think that it's the FBA culture, the joke back and forth. I think that it'll be fun. I'm just interested.
I don't think they should respond.
These AI.
I don't think they should respond. This is not a joke. I don't. It's not a joke.
Let them tether sit where they sitting at. You know what I'm saying? Them tethers making funny videos. You know what I'm talking about? You're doing it. You did it wrong, bro.
Because
I'm gonna talk to you on the side.
I ain't got no parts of this, bro.
I don't think we should respond. That's why I'm like, who created it? Because it could be just some outsider from both sides, just trying to be an antagonist, just to keep it going, to destroy both sides. So
Q is the antagonist.
I didn't.
You see what you did? No, but you played it though. You played it now. You got them. No. Now you became. You ain't thug. But
This how they got Gunner. This how they got Gunner.
He ain't thug. He Gunner. He ain't thug.
You can't play Pan-African propaganda and then say
I played it. I'll play another one next week. And if FBA send me one, I'll play theirs too. I guarantee you, I don't care about the shit. So the shit gonna be funny to me. Like, y'all ain't gonna shame me into not laughing at some shit. I guarantee you, I'm about all them motherfuckers. But saying all that to say, this has been a fun episode. Y'all can grill me inside the Discord in the after show after this. I was a Tether sympathizer with playing that, but it was funny to me. With that said, we out. This has been a good episode. Peace.
It doesn't matter how you feel.